And welcome back to the Chalice.
They can't.
Also known as Nat19's Curse of Strahd game.
The thumbnail's up on screen at the start, so they can't see the chalice immediately.
Guys, there's a chalice. You're gonna
I
think
guess they're never going to see the
Also
challenge.
known as Nat19's Chalice.
Nat19's Chalice game. Not to be confused with any sort of grail.
That'd be ridiculous.
Fuck that.
Like the Grail's a cup.
We hopping right into it today. I rolled a 5. Grier, what happened last time?
Oh, thank
Oh, fuck.
God.
Heckin' Grier explored a castle, and then the rest of them met a wizard.
True facts.
Wow, way to remind.
That was
That
an
was,
incredibly
like, mostly
succinct
what
way
happened.
to describe last session.
You know what? Good job. If you could, or if anyone else would like to get more specific.
I shot a squirrel.
Hadrick shot a squirrel with an arrow or with a crossbow bolt, and it turned out to be a wizard.
That's a good
Who
sentence.
lost his stuff, lost all his wizard gear. So that sucks for him. And he has a Boston accent for some reason.
I'd like to tell you that
Yeah,
the
that kinda
voices
just
in my
faded
head
in.
stopped
I'm
one moment, and they never do.
And fucking, they were all talking about stuff. Hadrick was gonna drink himself into a coma, or to just straight to death.
No, not allowed.
Even though I'm gonna drink every drink you have in this place, he could just make a new room filled with wine.
Patrick is not interested in your petty semantics.
Fucking.
Patrick is
And,
interested in your next most expensive bottle of wine.
Well, all of them were free, so here you go.
And Ashley had a bath, and was then joined by Wizard Man.
Yee.
And they talked about how don't fucking trust a lich, basically.
They talked about how I have no boobs, and I'm like, yes, I am aware.
Mm-hmm. And then it's like, I realized to get boobs, I need to kill a child. He's like, no, you fucking don't. Like, what are you talking about?
Just need surgery.
I
Have you
also
tried
Plastic
leeches?
surgery.
Have we
He has a
considered
foot.
surgery?
And so yeah, and then fucking they're still waiting on the armor. That's a thing. Meanwhile, fucking Grier found a talking sword,
Shit.
and he met a dude. He met a monster person, and had a not conversation with him. And
That's fair.
It's like the most noteworthy things that happened to him in that fucking castle were meeting with that dude very briefly and finding a talking
Eric.
sword.
You
What's
found
up?
a room full of cats.
I found a room with 3 cats in it, and I stealth past them like a
That's
motherfucker.
the most important. That's the single most important thing that's happened throughout all of Curse of Strahd.
He was very tempted to pet, but he did not want to be caught.
They would have kicked your ass.
They would have either done that, or they would have meowed really loud, and those witches would have heard.
I feel like they wouldn't have to be out there. But
They're fucking Strahd cats.
they're
Alright.
probably...
Good stuff,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
That's about it. Jumping in, today we're starting with Grier, odds or evens?
What? Evens.
Evens? 19. We're starting with the other party.
Okay.
Back at the Magnificent Mansion. Hadrick is in a extreme intoxicated state. You guys got in here pretty early in the morning and spent about an hour or two inside. You don't know exactly what time it is. You never do, though, so, that's fucking what's new. It's probably midday-ish at this point. You could spend the entire day here. You have 24 hours inside the mansion. Is there anything any of you would like to get up to?
Was the major servant ever able to find me some silver?
Oh, yes, he sent them off the last session. Let me find out.
Yeah.
if I could. Boop. Yes. Yeah, after about, I'd say, 5 or so minutes, they come in with, it's a small pouch, about, I'd say the size of like a large mug, approximately. And inside is finely powdered silver.
Excellent. Thank you very much.
They bow and kind of wisp away.
Excellent. Then I'll probably go off to find Devin.
All
me.
right. Devin, what are you up to?
Do it. Kill me. Freaking. We were just like hanging out in the hallway before, right? Like we talked to the Mad Mage, and then we were
If
just,
you were
like, in the
talking,
hallway.
most of the conversation that he was having with Hadrick and everyone would have been in the kitchen. So that's where you guys would be.
Okay, that's cool. And yeah, I'm Julian's just there as well. Yeah.
Well,
Julian's
Monty
just
enters
kind
the
of
room
watching
after
diligently.
being escorted off with one of the ghastly servants.
Oh,
I should say ghastly, ghostly.
My God, it's horrible.
They're all
Space.
hideous.
I mean, I assume so. Can't really see them. Music. Oh, hello, Devin.
yeah.
I have a thing that may help. Would you allow me to try it?
Help with the thing, the evil thing.
Sorry, was anyone else in the room?
Yes.
Hadrick
I'm just like-
very drunk, and Jolena sat beside him.
I'm just like eyes flickering to like Hadrick and Jolene, like I don't know what I should or shouldn't say here.
I'm here, but not present. Don't worry.
How about we go somewhere else and talk about this, Monty? Come on.
Gotcha. Sounds good.
Jolene makes
Oh.
assumptions.
No, she's just like, but I want to be involved in things. Especially that concern
Y'all
my
won't
dear
kill
friend.
me. I need people. I need someone to kill me, and y'all won't do it.
You don't
If I
know.
have to kill you with no one else around to like understand why I did it, it's gonna look so bad.
It's gonna
Yes,
go
Devin, I just have a thing that I think I'd like to try. Would you permit it? Yeah, go ahead. All right, the thing is salt through brain!
I knew
A
it
stake
would be
for the
you,
heart.
Monty.
Yes, I found a sword in the mansion and I wanted to try
Oh,
it.
alright. That's fine.
So I'm going to channel my holy smite into your brain directly to get rid of all the evil you see.
You'll be fine.
And all that will be left is good old Devin.
She's just like on the fucking floor, sword still in her brain. Monty's like, Devin? Devin, you can get up now.
Devin, you can use it now.
Yeah.
Oh dear.
Lay on hands.
Did it not work? Oh dear.
But yeah, fuck it. I'm gonna like walk out of the kitchen and just be like, okay, what's up? What's going on?
All right. Well, there is a certain ceremony that I'm aware of that may be able to expel the darkness that's lurking within you.
Darkness.
I'm not totally sure, but I'd like to give it a shot.
Imprison.
I mean, when I talked to Madame Ava, she said that it would like take a god to help me. Are you sure?
Well, I mean, I get my powers from a god, so maybe that'll be enough.
I mean, okay.
But Madame Ava was not a paladin.
See,
Yeah.
but she worships that nobody Lythander.
Friggin'
Reminding you,
copycat
Monty,
god.
You haven't felt Pelor's presence the entire time you've been in Barovia.
Yeah, he knows. He's really grasping at
Just
straws.
I mean,
He's really hoping that this don't work. How am I even doing magic, by the way?
Yes,
You
isn't
don't-
that
you don't.
strange, Monty?
don't.
Something's still giving you spells,
You
but it's
don't.
not Pelor.
You don't want to know the answer to that question.
He's
I
like
love this
thinks about
game.
that for a second. I'll worry about that later.
I mean, I guess the worst thing that'll happen is you'll fulfill your promise to me. So, why not?
It won't come to that. I'll make sure of it.
I trust you.
All right, let's see. Where are we right now?
They were just in the hallway outside the kitchen, right?
No.
Yeah, you're just a ways off. You stepped out of. Like,
I mean, like it's your call. If you
shot.
want to like find a room and not do this on like.
Yeah. Let's.
This will take an hour.
Damn it!
Oh.
I was gonna see if I can fucking like soap opera my way into like stumbling across it.
Dramatic gasp.
Yeah. Let's. This will take about an hour, so let's try and find somewhere a bit more secluded.
Sure. Okay.
Try and find some room that looks like it's empty with enough space.
Alright, you spend a
Opens
bit
up
of
the
time.
bathroom
Roll
door.
me
Hi, Monty.
investigation with advantage since you're both looking together.
You do it, my
All
boy.
right.
Actually, wait. Who has higher investigation?
I have to believe you do, because mine's 0. What do you got?
got? Mine is also 0. So there you.
Well, okay.
What a loud truck.
That was a good call because I am Carrie. So I'm glad you did that.
No problem.
I'll be right back. I am who I am, you see.
Oh, did we inform the boys of what fucking happened on Sunday?
What
I'm
fucking
assuming-
happened?
Dude, I think you're aware, Brett.
Yeah.
So, you know how Buddy's been rolling really bad since I made out with him as Isla?
Yeah.
So for my birthday, him and Chase were real sweet and worked really hard on like an Avatar one-shot. And I wanted to be a wonderful lesbian who was in love with the general. And then at the end of the campaign, they made out really, really hard. And then I rolled 5 ones while trying to play Pie Show. Buddy reverse Yoko'd me and gave me my bad luck back.
Oh, how the tables have tabled.
And now I really need to find a way to make out with Buddy in game so I can get my fucking luck back.
Good luck with that.
Shut up, I'll get you.
I hate to say it, but I don't think it's the last time Isla and David will kiss.
Ridiculous.
Gross.
And by I hate
Cooties.
to say it, I mean I can't wait to see this game that's happening outside of game of just passing on the Pathium.
I need to be the last one. I need to.
It's like hot potato, but
Mhm.
But like in
with
reverse.
disease. Yeah, because Carrie. Well, I had this realization with the help of Aaron that Carrie has the curse of passing on rolling ones. I have the curse of where if my character likes you, your character will die. And then Aaron just has the curse of dying.
True. When you put it like that, mine's the least awful.
You see, I would say that I had the curse of like, saying that my favorite characters will die. However, that's more of a gift, really.
It's true.
Oh no!
Speaking of which, Monty. I'm kidding.
No!
So you rolled a 16 on investigation?
Yeah.
You look around for some time. There's not a huge amount more than what you guys have been through already. You do, after a bit, though, find an adjacent room connected to the library where you originally found Goldian. And it's got enough space for your ritual, and it's a little bit obscured by all the bookshelves, so you feel like you probably won't be disturbed here.
Okay. And just for fun, is there anything Deco can roll to like randomly happen by?
Oh. Like
Say
fucking
again?
Can I roll for
there's like
soap opera?
light. There's like a light coming from the door. Ash is like, I wonder what's going on in there.
We'll see what Ashley's up to in the next hour.
All right. So I have no idea what this ceremony really entails, so I'm going to assume that I'm going to draw like a magic circle or something with the silver around us both.
Absolutely.
Oh.
You are you begin creating because 25 gold powder worth of powdered silver. Yeah, gold powder. 25 gold pieces worth of powdered silver is a lot of silver powder.
Yeah.
You start creating these intricate designs and create a large circle at the center, which is Devon, and you begin praying and beginning your ritual.
Hey, Monty, what What exactly is this ritual supposed to do?
Well, I admit that it's maybe not for this exact thing, but it's a ceremony of atonement.
Oh,
If
okay.
if someone has done bad things in their life and legitimately wishes to atone, this ritual will cleanse them of their sins. I'm hoping that with a little elbow grease, it can do a bit more.
Okay. Yeah, it's definitely worth a shot. Here we go.
All right, let's begin.
In the
I like
dim
sit down,
candlelight.
like lotus positions, close my eyes.
Follows what he's doing.
Yeah, in the dim candlelight of the room, Monty begins uttering a prayer under his breath, and the silver
How do I
around you
close
begins to
my eyes?
glow.
Should I close my eyes too? What should I do?
Sure. I don't think it's required, but if it helps.
Oh, okay.
And we'll pull away from
Getting
you
the
guys
mold.
as bits of silver begin to flash with light. Ashley, the mad mage / Goldie, has excused himself by this point. Is there anything you'd like to get up to while you're in the mansion currently?
Splash, splash, I'm a taking. I'm kidding.
Take that bath.
Suddenly, rubber duckies.
Rubber ducky,
Ducky.
you're the one. You make my time lots of fun. Anyway.
We thought of that at the same time. I felt connected for a moment.
Well, I mean, again, I mostly came in here to sulk as well as to soak. So, now that I no longer have reason to sulk, really, just more questions of what exactly I want from this mage or from anything else. So I'm gonna be getting up and out of the bath after getting myself all clean and stuff.
Alrighty. You're finishing up in there, and then you're gonna go look for Goldie.
I will go and look for the mage. Yes.
Alrighty. I'll say you find him in short order. It's not amazingly hard. The place is large, but it's not gigantic. And there's only so many places he can be.
Where's the place he is being this time?
He's in this chair.
You mean my chair?
It's been over an hour, so that's good.
All right. So I will. He's in the library then.
Yes.
She will just make the way into the room. At this point, probably doesn't have like the small like things of like any sort of armor or anything she was wearing. Just kind of like just wearing casual Ashley casual, as we'd like to call it in the future whenever we end up making this clothesline. And once just making their way in, she'll first just kind of approach, not really say much of anything, see what he's up to.
He's just thumbing through a tome. Seems to be in some strange language. The glyphs on it don't make any sense to you.
I'm not a big fan of books.
There's some dangerous ones, that's for sure. But what do you want?
Just
Sit down.
still.
He like gestures with a finger and a chair slides over.
goes and just kind of like looks to the chair and then makes the way over and sits down.
He turns a page.
I still don't really understand. I mean, you gave me a lot of information about stuff that'll hopefully help me in the future if you feel the need or the want to. And I'm really truly grateful for that. It's a big load off of my mind, but I still don't understand what you're doing.
I don't understand what I'm doing. That's what I'm doing.
You seem to understand what you're doing. You mentioned what you were doing. It's just I don't. You said that you're still going to be going after Strahd, right?
Roll me a perception check.
All right, I will. I'll do that thing that I do that is. I don't think I have a single character that has a very good one of these, other than maybe Malik. And that's a maybe. I'm not sure if he's good or if it's just okay. I don't know.
Bread and meat.
It's a 14 actually. It's pretty okay.
Bread and
You did
meat.
pretty good at that, bread and meat.
I'm getting all the bread and meat.
You got good bonuses to bread and meat skills. 14.
Good bread and meat, man.
You notice what Hadrick noted last session. His eyes, whenever you catch them, when he looks up from the book, they seem to be shaking, like separate from his direct vision. He'll be making firm eye contact, but his eyes almost seem to be like moving, as though he's in a state of rapid eye movement.
Would I have known anything similar to that from any sort of mage-like things I might have looked up or heard about?
Roll me Arcana.
Yay, the other 0. I love my stats.
You're not sure what this is.
Are you okay?
No, I'm living in a magic house in the middle of a desolate wasteland, and my magic book and staff are gone. I can't say I'm doing peachy, and I got a crossbow bolt shot in my chest today. It's not been exactly stupendous.
I was more meaning, well, you seem jittery.
I don't know what you're talking about. Listen, kid.
It's Cherry's father.
I would love to help you. I've got my own things kind of going on, and I need to figure out exactly who and what I am and get my stuff back before I can do anything or make any actual decisions right now.
And you've been doing that for about a year?
Sure. I don't know. It's not exactly real easy to clock the months. Snow's always up on the mountains, and it's always foggy, and it sucks.
How much progress have you made?
Yes. Got a lot of fish.
I've heard. You
Lot
seem
of
to
fish.
like blowing it up.
You just gotta cast it right so it detonates at the surface of the water, because once it's underwater, it just fizzles out. Took me a bit.
You could use shatter or something that isn't like
I
fire.
would if I could change my spells, but I don't have my book.
It's a really good spell. I like it.
Pretty useful. Good for breaking shit. Yeah, I don't know what you're looking for. I don't know a lot of things, kid. I know a lot of things, but I don't know a lot of things. You understand me?
I guess the main thing I wanted to, come in here and talk to you about is if you are serious about wanting to help me, and you're also serious about not wanting to help us, then maybe stay out of it. I don't know what's best for you or what's best for everyone, but if you want your book and your staff, I can help find it. But if what you told me is true, and you can help me, then you going and finding it is just going to end up with you probably losing and dying.
Oh, I'm not going near that castle. That's off the list. You don't have to worry yourself about that one, little missy.
We're gonna take care of Strahd. Whether anyone actually believes that, we are. So, whenever it's all over, just make sure you're alive, okay? If not for your own, but so that I won't have to worry about you getting yourself killed for no reason.
I've been doing good so far. I'm pretty sure I'm gonna keep breathing as I am wont to do. I've been in far worse situations than this. It's just really nice to have a book around when you're in those situations. But I have a bit of a get out of jail free card, so to speak. So don't worry about me biting it early.
I'm not sure if that book I gave you will help you out at all, but I'm still having to
It's
think about everything you told me, and now that I have something like that in front of me and in my mind, I'm not entirely sure how to think about it.
it's
So,
tricky. I know some of these spells, but it would take some time to transcribe them into a new book, which I don't have. It's if you want this thing, you can have it because I can't exactly make too much use of it right now. I don't have the equipment, and the only guy in this entire country who has it is someone whose building I would burn down if I had to go back there. So
she
I
shakes her head as far as like asking for the book back. She's like, you'll get more use out of it than me, even if it's just a little.
fair enough,
She
I
goes
guess.
to stand up. You said we can stay here until everything's done?
Do what you want. It's gonna be gone in 22 hours. So you have until then. After that, I'm gone. I'll be heading back up north. I gotta check the riverside and see if my book or staff are near there. Might have to go after the Vistani. One of them might have picked it up.
I hope you find what you're looking for, and whenever you do, I hope that it helps.
Hey, just remember, don't trust those people, alright?
Which people?
You know the ones.
The Vistani?
Yeah. They're all
Don't worry,
smiles and welcomes, but they'll kill you.
Don't worry, I don't really trust them that much anymore.
Good. Keep it that way.
Keep yourself safe.
You too,
Turns around.
whoever you are.
Yeah. And she goes to leave.
Yep. Jolene, Hedrick, anything you guys up to?
Drunk.
Other than some hard stewing,
I am unconscious.
unconscious and drunk, yep.
Oh no.
Maybe 1d4, Hedrick.
Oh no.
Fucking, I'm not dead.
No, it's just treating you as unconscious. So I'll see where you'd naturally wake up if unprompted.
In a while.
Hedrick's really drunk. If you don't do anything, you feel like you could stay there for a while.
I'm taking a long rest, baby.
I mean, it probably wouldn't be good for him to get a long rest on a table. He could really get a backache that way.
Explain to me why not.
Because I said so. And as princess, I've decided that I should probably move you to some form of bedroom. Probably use mage hand to, put if he didn't finish his last bottle, just put the cork back in and place it back on the rack. And
As you start animating it, one of the ghosts comes and grasps it out of the air and nods to you. Begins finally recognizing it.
actually, if you're here, can you help? I would like to move him nicely to one of the guest bedrooms, I suppose.
And hold him 10 feet in the air and walk away.
As soon as you address it, it turns and listens to you. It places the recorked bottle into a one of the slots on the rack, and it moves its hands as though it's clapping, but no sound. And about 4 more show up.
Oh, all right.
And they all reach out and go to lift Hadrick up.
Carefully, please. Just kind of really nervously following these invisible servants.
Mhm.
If she might hold like a foot or something to try and help them. She doesn't know where to grab because, she doesn't know where they're
figure it out.
grabbing.
Yeah, those you kind of float nervously. One of them, the original one you addressed, starts leading the way, gestures with one hand to you, and takes you up through one of the bathrooms on the right side. And then there's an adjacent door that leads to a large bedroom. There's a 4-poster bed with the blankets are like a deep navy blue with a silver filigree along them. There's a small bookshelf with a couple assorted different bits of reading material, a side table with a couple lanterns, or not lanterns, but oil lamps, and a window that seems to look out into nothing.
Okay. She would probably like move the sheets and
Kids,
try to
I'd
get
like to
him
tell
into
you that
bed
the voices in my
comfortably.
head stopped
Like,
one day. They never did.
take off the shoes and probably help him out of his armor because he's sleeping.
I'd say with assistant, even with the servants assisting you, it takes you about 5-10 minutes to get him out of all of his stuff. But you get Hadrick into a bed, and after a bit of work, he is flopped comfortably on the big old bed.
Aggressive tucking in. Like, not like military style where he can't get out, but like up to his chin, arms in there.
The fabled, inescapable bread tuck.
My dad used to do that all the time. It was awful. Ugh. But after that, she'd probably set herself up at the desk and take a piece of paper out of the back of her book and start writing something. Just kind of worriedly.
Alright.
Yeah.
If you want to let me know what you're writing, you can DM me if you don't want it to be public.
Yeah.
Alright.
Okay.
You can do that. And is there anything else you'd like to do? And also, Ashley, just for an afterthought, roll me 1d100. Give me a percentile die. Roll.
Is this the soap opera dice?
Yes.
Oh,
Solely for you. You want to get above an 80, and you notice the door under that, and you make your way.
Nope.
You have no idea. You walk right past it. A flash of light as you pass it, but
A flash of light as I pass it turns and look. I'm kidding.
we'll remember.
He won't remember that on
He
account
will
of
not
being
remember
asleep.
that. He is cozy as butts.
I'm too busy going fucking somewhere to do a thing, man. I don't have time for frickin' Devin Monty dramas.
Speaking of which, Devin and Monty,
Best.
we're gonna finish up with you guys before we go over to Grime.
Huh.
all right.
Monty begins chanting his prayer as he casts the ceremony spell. The bits of silver glow a pale white and almost begin to lift up off the ground, almost imperceptibly at first, and then a bit higher until there's a floating circle about, I'd say, a foot high off the ground.
Oh.
That's emitting light. The room now, comparatively to its previous candlelit state, is entirely illuminated. It's almost a bit too bright. Devin, it's not uncomfortable since this isn't sunlight, but if you were outside in the day and it was this bright, you'd be having a bad time.
Oof.
You start casting specifically your ceremony for reversing alignment shifts, your atonement ceremony. Mateo, you can make your insight check. And we'll see what
So,
you
yeah.
can do.
Okay.
To be clear, even if this were like the standard use of this spell, I would have to roll a 19 or a 20 for this to
Do
work.
you have any inspiration?
I do not.
I have one. Can I give it to him?
If you would like to, you can.
Have my inspiration, boy.
Oh,
Rock
thank
and
you
roll
for
with
helping me
advantage.
save you.
Thank you for helping.
Okay, let's try this.
Holy shit. I mean, you
So I dropped a 1.
So, you know, that one was probably my inspiration that I gave you.
You close your eyes and pray, Monty, and as you're whispering your prayers, you feel a presence that is not Pelor.
Oh. Does it feel
Wow.
evil?
Incredibly so.
Oh no.
Uh, the it's hard to even judge the expanse of evil. Like Strahd von Zarevich was someone that you could almost visibly see evil coming off of. This is like staring into an ocean of it. It seems to be nearly endless, and you begin losing hearing for a moment. As it's not that your hearing's gone away, it's this chattering that starts out extremely silently and builds and builds, and there's thousands of little voices, and you hear laughter and giggles and whisper. And roll me a wisdom saving throw.
Okay.
Oh,
You're
I'm
a
gonna need to
wisdom
ask
saving
someone
throw.
else to kill me because Monty's about to fucking die.
All right, you're gonna take half of this.
Oh, dude.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Look at you with that 20. Good job.
Thank you. If
Take
only that could have been
12
insight.
points of psychic
Ridiculous.
So we're each a
damage
core member of the team with different key attributes.
Ooh.
as these voices begin entering your mind. And for a moment, you almost lose your grip on reality. Like your eyes glaze over, and the world around you recedes, and you just see an expanse. As you receive this damage, throw that on. Are you?
Well, that's not
All
very
right.
confusing.
4. There you go. A bit of that was mitigated by the remnants of Ashley's protections from earlier.
Oh.
You feel that shatter, and then the pain begins. You have a searing headache for a moment, and as the world snaps back to all at once, the sand plummets to the ground, or rather, the silver plummets to the ground, scattering out, and it has turned jet black.
Are you okay?
There's so much of it.
Of what? Did it work?
You feel no different.
I'm so sorry.
That's okay.
I've never felt anything like that before.
What was it?
It was more evil than I can comprehend. It made Strahd look like nothing.
She's just like staring at him like, oh fuck.
I don't think that was you, but someone perhaps very invested in stopping this. Or something.
It doesn't
The
make me
sand
feel
begins
a
to
lot better.
move.
Oh no.
And as this now blackened silver begins to rotate, it floats about a foot off the ground again.
Is this supposed to be happening?
No, I lost my concentration on the spell. I'm not doing this.
See a thin strip of light quickly cross the entirety, as though it's glowing like a bright orange. It flashes in one spot and seems to spin around the whole thing. And as it does, the silver where it originally was disappears, and left in between the two of you is a thin, small black statuette, small enough to fit in your palm, shaped like a horse.
Yeah, that was definitely not in any of my books.
Should we take it or
Wait,
An
destroy
inscription
it,
on the
or-
statuette says, "Celestia is overrated."
Damn.
hold on a moment. I'm going to try and see if I can pick up anything. I'll pop my divine sense and try and feel if it's just super evil or something.
Let me check and see what it is. Boop-a-doot. That's not what I'm looking for. Boop. You detect a fiend.
Oh.
Yeah, do
Directly in front
not
of you.
touch it. Like,
But,
pretty obviously from the statue.
but
Yes,
but
100%.
they're my favorite enemy.
Yeah, definitely don't touch that.
What?
That is a fiend.
I really want to try to kill it.
You want to try and you want to attack it?
I mean, it's tiny.
It's not moving.
Oh,
Yeah. You're probably right.
I mean, like,
Let's get rid of this before it can do any harm.
yeah, and also we don't want to just like leave it here. We don't want to just unleash a fiend on this house. Like, that's not...
Yeah, it would be somewhat inhospitable to leave a fiend in someone else's house.
I want to get it.
All right. On 3, we'll attack it together.
Heck yeah.
All right. Pull out my hammer.
Pulls out rapier.
Just like look at her, nod.
Dude, we're gonna attack it.
1, 2, 3.
Briar.
Oh, that's a good attack, my boy.
Fucking knew you were gonna pull that shit.
Of course I am.
That's, yeah, there's fucking teed up for you.
Goddamn son of a bitch.
Briar, you are about waist high in water. You are holding a glowing sword.
Oh, it's waist high. Okay.
Yeah, it's about 3 feet up. So yeah.
Okay.
Well, have you thought of one?
I told you I'd get back to you on that.
Bestow upon me a name, boy.
It's been
Would
too
you want me to
late.
call you Sword? I'm whispering this, by the way.
Oh, I'm no mere blade.
All right, clearly. What can you do besides glow and talk?
Kill well.
Cool.
If you're truly good, you will be able to find the powers within me.
All right then. That's cool. This is cool. Who is this guy? He kind of looks down at the body he found him on.
Oh, there's no body.
Oh, there's no body. I thought he was near a body.
It's just a sword in the middle of a cell.
Oh, okay. Never mind then.
There is a body in the room. You passed one, I think, at one of the other cells you saw, but that body was by itself.
Oh, okay. Do we have a map or?
I do. But there's no overhead map, so I have to find the section where you are. It's Ravenloft 12?
Ow!
Ravenloft
I
11?
cut my finger.
Don't do that, I'll kill you. I'll kill you so hard you'll die to
This
death.
is it. This is how I go.
No!
Is anyone hiring?
There you go.
What a good
You're
pair.
currently right there.
I know that it's not really useful for exploration, but I actually do think that the isometric maps are pretty cool.
They're really neat, but yeah, they're hard because you can't really run battle map stuff on them because
Yeah.
how space works.
Space. All right. Well, I guess I'll just continue about my business then.
Don't ignore me.
I'm not ignoring you. We're gonna kill some evil together.
Yes, but I need a name before I can quell the evil.
Oh, fine.
In this place.
Name it Zoof!
He probably sits there for like a good 2-3 minutes.
And all he can
You
come
also
up with
feel
is
it
Zoof.
lightly reaching out to you. It is trying to attune to you.
Oh, okay.
You name it like Darkstalker.
Or like
Actually,
Or
had it.
Zoof.
Strahd killer.
Did someone mention Zoof?
No.
Zoof.
Who
Your
said
name is
Zoof? I like that one.
How about?
Daybreak.
Well, it was gonna be the opposite of that actually.
Oh.
How about
Nightbringer.
Nightfall?
Oh, really?
Yes.
So we're just destined to fight again. All right.
Then nightfall it is.
All right.
Now onwards to kill the evil.
And, we're kind of scouting out this place right now.
Do it. Murder them now.
Listen. All right. If I die, then you can't do shit. So until someone else comes along,
Exactly.
play this.
One day a true warrior will reach out to me. Could you be the one?
I'm not gonna charge.
You can now see a lot better now because he is emitting light out. What is it, 15? Where are you?
By the way, the door that leads into this like chamber of cells, is that like is it like barred? Is it like a barred door or is it like a solid door?
It's a
Sings
solid
at you.
door for the first 4 or 5 feet, and then there is a small slot with bars through that you can see
Okay.
into.
Your sword is going
That's
to
how you saw the light back.
would cause so much semantic confusion with other parties. Just feel like, do we have any sources of light? No, of course we don't. No, I got nightfall. Yeah, like light though. It emits
Moonlight.
light. You fucking
It
with
emits
me?
moonlight, blue.
Yes, it sheds bright light for 15 feet and dim light for another 15 feet.
Oh.
And it does glow blue, right?
I believe you shine. Do.
That's what you said last time, so I'm just going on with that.
I believe so. Da. Yes.
Kids, I'd like to tell you that the
Moonlight.
voices in my head stopped one day. They never did.
Thus night.
Oh. That notification was fucking weirdly to the beat. Alright.
Oh.
Alright. I'm assuming that there's also a sheath for down in the water. There's not.
No, otherwise you wouldn't have seen it.
I was hoping it was just like unsheathed. All right, I guess I'll just.
Kids,
Have to
I'd
stealth.
tell
You're
you
like,
that
I'll
the
be right
voices
back.
in my head
Don't you
stopped
leave me.
one day.
You come back here
They
right
never
now.
did.
No, I was gonna take because I do still have Silver Spring, and that has a sheath.
It does.
So I think I'm not gonna leave Silver Spring here, but can I like affix it to myself in a way that's
Kids,
not like
I'd like to tell you that the voices in my head
inconvenient.
stopped one day.
You could
They
put it
never
through your
did.
belt. It's hard to move with it there without trying to cut things. So it might be difficult to keep it. Like it has a decent chance of just spilling over because there's nothing properly securing it to you. But you can at least walk around without general fear of it falling. But as soon as you get into combat and you're rolling or flying, you're not sure what's going to happen to it.
If you leave the sword Hadrick gave you there, and then you take a sword called Nightfall, I'm going to actually kill you.
No, I do not want to leave that here.
Listen, I wasn't going to say it, but that would have been awesome.
Can I still have like I have like my backpack and shit, right?
Mhm.
Can I just like put it like hilt side down, just sticking out of my backpack, kind of?
It might stab out the top, but yeah.
Sure. That's
Or
fine
if
with me.
you reach in too quickly. Yeah, absolutely, you can do that.
Okay, I just don't want to get rid of Silver Spring, but I
Totally.
want to sheath this thing.
I understand that. All right, you sheath him. It's emitting the smallest amount of light, but it's like literally a hairline crack.
Okay. Okay.
So you are now back in blackness. You cannot see.
Alrighty.
Because you put your torch out when the person passed by, if I recall.
Yeah, I did. But by the way, which direction did that person come from, and which direction did they leave?
You heard them come from the staircase. You heard the clear steps on stone. And then you heard no movement through water, but you saw the light gather, and then you saw it disappear. Roll me perception. You're probably going to get this because you're you.
Okay. Yeah, because I was definitely keeping an eye out. Heckin' boof.
18. It seemed like they progressed onwards. So they would have went
down further
that
down
way.
the hall. Fuck.
With that perception roll, you also don't hear any sound coming from that direction anymore. Before you hear light splashes, doesn't seem to be anything right now.
Okay, if I leave this room and look out into the hall, do I see any light down the hall?
Down the hall, it is
Yeah.
pitch black.
Okay.
In fact, it's just pitch black in general. You're blind.
Yeah, well, I mean, if there was light down the hall, I'd be able to see that. But,
Yeah, man.
I guess I will.
As you feel your way along the wall and open the door, you look down.
Light.
There's currently no sources of light. The only natural one that was around here was nightfall.
Okay. I will. Like half unsheath him.
You kind of bring him out a little bit, and this kind of ray of light shoots out. Part of it is bumping into you, so you cast a long shadow against the wall beside you. But everything to what side do you have nightfall on? Your left or your right hip?
It's the left, I guess.
Your left hip. All right. So off on your left side, you have about 15 feet of light.
Okay. I will I guess I'll just take him out for now. And just
Draw
kind
him. Like water at your waist is still glossy and black. You can't see to the bottom of it. You know your feetsies are down there, but
yeah. Hopefully, I checked to see if there were monsters earlier. Hopefully, that was a good enough check.
nothing here at least. Doesn't seem like it.
I will proceed down the hallway stealthily.
As you draw night from inside of the southern group of cells, you hear some bars rattle you. You're, hello? Hello, is someone there?
Shit.
You continue on?
No. I'll go in the hall. I'll go in the southern place, I guess.
Alright, you divert into the southern room. You open it up. As soon as you open it up with nightfall out, you know the first you see are one is empty. Off to your right facing inward. Let me mask. The cell here is empty. And the cell off to your left, there is a dead dwarf.
Okay.
Jazz. Yeah, you see he's lying underwater, the top of his head slightly sticking out, his back to the wall. His body's enclosed in this rusted plate armor. And there is, leaning up against the corner, as though placed there, is a slightly rusted, old, but looking functional battle axe.
Oh. Well. Okay. I can't get any use out of that shit.
And then you get dim light for a little bit down the way, so you see the bars and everything outlined on the next two cells.
I will proceed inward.
Alright, you push in.
Inward, ceaselessly.
Yes!
You walk forward, the water sloshing at it. From the far end of the room, hello?
Who are you?
You can't see and hear someone answer. Emil, who are you? You don't work here, do you?
No.
Off to your right, you see a bard strung up from the neck in one cell. On a rusted iron pole. He's tied through the cross beams. He's a bit flabby, shorter. He's got tight-fitting leather armor on it, and there's a smashed loot part of it floating slightly above the water.
I was waiting for the loot. Because I was waiting for, like, you can tell he's a bard
He's not.
by his froofy hat.
He's not strung up by the neck. He was strung by his feet.
Emil or the bard?
The bard. You can't see Emil yet.
Oh,
His voice is coming from the far end of the room.
I'm also being like.
Yeah, it looks like the pulley was like slowly lowered, and the bard's head is under the water.
I proceed in until I see an alive person.
All right, I will reveal the rest of the room.
Oh.
You die. No.
Oh, the rest
Really
of the
bad
room
time.
was full of death. Fuck.
I always forget about the death. You pass by another cell, moving towards him. With your nutty passive perception, you definitely notice it. Shackled to the back wall of another one is a blue-robed figure. Its arms spread wide and its head just leaned forward, sagged down, with long gray hair hanging down in front of the dead man's face. You see nothing in that cell. And nothing in that. You see two cells that don't immediately strike you as anything visible. There's nothing sticking out from the water.
Okay.
And in the last cell, you see a strong young man. Must be 20s, like mid-20s. He's holding the bars of the cell. He seems cold. He's got shredded clothes, and he's just drenched. See this man.
Oh, snap. What a handsome
Damn.
man.
What a fine, fine man.
Oh. Hello there.
I know. Damn.
Ooh.
Please get me out of here. I
I
will.
don't even know who you are. Like, you told me your name, but
Emil Tornescu. I'm from Valaki.
Valaki.
I could maybe help. I'm a bit of a fighter. I could carry a torch for you at anything. Just get me out of this cell.
How long have you been in here?
I don't know. There's no light down here. It's all I can do to keep myself above the water.
Are you good at sneaking around?
I'm not terrible. I can keep quiet.
Alright. I don't know.
Roll me history.
Okay. I don't have
Alright,
any
now
luck.
you might... Would you have... Sorry, forget that. I don't think you would have been able to remember this anyways. Because I don't think... Continue.
I don't know. Right now, my immediate goal isn't to get out of here. Scout out this place.
I could do something for you, and then I can make myself scarce.
All right, but once that time comes, I'm afraid you'll have to be on your own.
That's better than where I am now.
All right. And I start unchaining him.
All right, he's behind the bar, so you're gonna pick the locks.
Yeah.
All right, roll me thieves' tools.
I'll put your picture down here. Get out of here.
The
thieves'
wet
tools.
boy.
Brr.
16. Yep. You takes about 2 minutes. These locks are all fairly simple or damaged, and either way, it makes it quite easy for you to get through them. And you pop the lock, Door swings open, and he kind of fishes down, pulls out, but it's like a makeshift spear. Seems to have been made out of what was a bed frame at one point.
Oh.
All right, let's go.
All right. How often do they come down here?
Every once in a while, when they want to get something out of somebody or play games with us. I don't see it, but I hear the screams.
All right. Let's get moving. I guess lead the way.
Yep, he's following you.
And out actually, on that dwarf, I want to check that dwarf, see if he's got anything like on him.
All right, you go into the first cell. Roll me another thieves' tools so you can get through this lock.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, yeah, you do.
Really getting to use my good stats here.
Patting him down, there's an empty coin purse. And there's his armor, but it seems to be mostly destroyed. Doesn't look like it's going to be useful if you were to wear it. Not to mention it's plate, so you couldn't even put it on. Not if you wanted to fly. The battle axe looks useful. You could use that. It's not exactly an ideal battle axe, but it does look like it'll function. It doesn't look like it's going to break or anything.
Think you could use that?
Yeah, I think I could do that. Chucks the spear in the water, takes it up. It's got a bit of heft to it. Even he, for a moment, has to be like, "Whoa!" This guy must have been pretty strong.
Yeah. All right. And I move out the door quietly.
Alrighty. Roll me stealth. He's also going to roll stealth.
Just realized I made this significantly more difficult for myself by doing this, but.
Yeah, you don't even hear him.
Oh, fuck. All right, then. Cool.
He nat-20.
Oh, shit. Way to go, dude.
He is the knight.
Very low in the water. He's moving slowly behind you. Do you continue down the direction you were going before?
Yeah, I guess so.
All right. As you move into the room, I will reveal it all since you'll see most of it. Layers, mask.
Before moving into, is there like a proper room or?
There's no door. It just expands outwards. You see this placid water. Floating over a large hall. That's about all you see. You see a raised platform. It seems to be about, what is that? About 10 feet up. With two, you can barely make them out from the entranceway as you come in. But dimly lit, you see two figures of what look like chairs for observation. As you move into the room, you see dark, low shapes thrusting up out of the black water. Each of them rounded in steel. There's chains coming off of parts of the wall that look like strands of like a steel web.
Okay. Before moving into the room, I want to do that same shit I did before with like the loose bit of stone.
Mm-hmm.
And just like grab it and toss it as far as I can across the room.
That distance would be like what? Roll me strength. Probably can do this.
Just a straight strength check?
Yeah. Yeah, you yeet it, and you can barely see it, but on the far side, clack, bloop. hits a wall.
No sounds, no anything aside from that.
No reaction.
No movement. All right. I will continue inward, slowly and quietly.
How are you moving in? Are you just walking towards the center of the room? Are you following the wall? Are you checking out the thing sticking out the water?
I'll follow the wall, I guess.
Following the wall?
Follow the
All right,
right
you're going
wall.
left or right? Or going right? All right,
Yeah.
you move slightly in and you start following the wall. Almost immediately becomes clear up top. It is quite certainly two thrones sitting there for observation. Down into the room, perhaps some sort of theater. You see a tattered but red curtain behind them.
All right. Doesn't look like there's any like other hallways in this place. It's just that balcony there.
Yeah, I mean, something must lead there, but you don't see any other hallways directly connected to this part of the room.
Okay.
Seems like a dead end.
Yeah, just keep going further. I guess I'll go towards that.
Towards it?
Yeah.
You move in. A bit of a light starts glistening off of the objects sticking out of the water, but it's still hard to really make them out since only bits and pieces are. Once you're close to it, looking straight up, it's about 10 or so feet. You could probably easily get up there. Emil, maybe not so much. He doesn't really have any handholds. You could just fly. This room has plenty of room for you to fly around. It's about 30 feet high.
I could probably try to help him, but that would require strength.
Yeah, carrying Emil, no, he's a big guy. You could do him. If you had something you could like tie on and throw a rope down, you could do something like that. But
I mean, I do have a 24-foot ladder.
You could also use that. That would easily clear that distance.
I don't know if I have anything. I mean, I have like a bedroll, I guess, that I could use, but I think the ladder would just be easier. So yeah, I guess I'll do that. I'll pop out the ladder and.
All right, as you pop out the ladder, some of the chains at the top of the roof, dangling down, actually clang against bits of it as you tear off this patch, and in front of you is this long ladder that extends well past the top of this area.
All right, and I will affix.
I never saw anything like that before.
Yeah, magic, man.
Are you like a wizard or something?
Nope, just killed a magic fox.
Oh. Yeah,
okay.
It's
fucking weird.
Life is weird. How are you going to try and set it up?
I'll just like put it down in the water up against the thing, and or not like directly up against it, but kind of like almost like diagonally, just like
you can draw a line if you want.
Yeah, like I would say like we're probably like around here ish, right? So
you prop it up like that.
Yeah, like that.
All right, you prop it up, and as you first put some weight on it, the floor is actually quite slippery. It starts sliding back, but it actually slams into the wall, and you still have a lot of extra distance left on it. So it groans for a moment, and then seems to find its footing.
All right. And,
you're gonna have access to the upper area.
I will climb up and gesture for him to follow.
Yeah, man, let's get out of here. He joins you. There's no check required. You guys climb up.
Okay. And
there's two large chairs up there. There's it's like a velvet curtain. It's 30 feet long, and from where you are now, the ceiling is about 10 foot high.
All right. I will peek behind them curtains, I guess.
There is-
Slowly, like I'll just kind of like ever so slightly, with allowing a little bit of blue light in.
Roll me stealth.
Not fantastic.
Just real quick. What's your passive?
Kids, I'd like to tell you that the voices in my head stopped one day.
All right.
They never did.
You pull the curtain back just a little bit, and the light kind of glows through. There's a slightly ajar door.
All right, I will like kind of Is there any light coming from the door?
Yes, there is torchlight. It seems to be quite bright. Like
Okay,
it's
I will-
brighter than like a wall torch or anything. It seems to be some sort of sconce.
No, okay. I will sheathe the sword then.
Alrighty. You sheathe it, and the room plunges you into blackness. The only light you have now is coming from that door.
I will move like to the wall next to the door, and I will try to. Well, I will move to like the back side of the door and try to like peek in and see if I can see anyone.
You peek in. You do not see anybody. You do see a large room. There is a. Let me give you the full description here because it'll do it better than I could. It's about 30 feet square, very well lit. The ceiling is 20 foot high, and there's a stone brazier burning in the center of the room. But it's even from this distance, you should be feeling some of the heat from this fire. It is very large, but this white flame doesn't seem to be producing any heat. The rim of it seems to be carved innately with stuff that you can't quite see from the door frame. And you see just the edge of it, but you see what looks like an hourglass suspended from the ceiling.
Oh.
And you see 2 9-foot-tall statues of knights on horseback, both swords drawn, stood in alcoves facing each other.
That I don't like.
And that is all you see.
Okay. So I had the clear view of the entire room, not a person in there.
You do not have a clear view of the entire room. If you were just peeking through the door, realistically, I'm going to reveal the whole room because
Okay.
you don't see if there's anyone in there, but you would only see like that.
Do I hear anyone in there?
Roll me perception.
Come on, Grier. You've been doing mostly good. Eh?
Nope, nothing in there. Just the crackling of the flame.
I guess I will slowly proceed in.
You walk into the room, 1 step, 2 steps, you see the whole thing. You now see very clearly the center of the room. You see the 3 far doors on the opposite end, and you see the brazier has several indentations in it, and within each is a spherical stone about twice the size of a human eye. Each one made of a colored crystal, and no 2 are the same color. The hourglass itself is... You remember that dwarf you saw?
Yeah.
Hourglass is about as big as that. It is a very large hourglass. There are thick iron chains holding it suspended above the flame. And all the sand in the hourglass is trapped in the upper portion of it, seemingly unable to run down.
Alright.
There seems to be some writing on the base of the hourglass.
What does it say?
The hourglass says, cast a stone into the fire. Violet leads to the mountain spire. Orange to the castle's peak. Red if lore is what you seek. Green to where the coffins hide, indigo to the master's bride, blue to ancient magic's womb, yellow to the master's tomb.
Okay.
I need to do a thing. Nope. If you have anything you want to do, let me know. I can reread that for you if you need.
Yeah, I think that would help.
So it says, cast a stone into the fire. Orange leads to the mountain spire. Or violet, sorry. Violet leads to the mountain spire. Orange to the castle's peak. Red if lore is what you seek. Green to where the coffins hide. Indigo to the master's bride. Blue to ancient magic's womb. Yellow to the master's tomb.
Cast a stone into fire. Is this a... This is... If this is what I think it is... So...
Is at this point...
The purple violet, okay, so I will approach it, I guess.
Awesome. You walk into the room. As you move in, Emil follows you. You hear a light click as the door closes. And he's going to do all of these at once.
And
Y'all didn't think it would be that easy, did you?
Aw, shit.
Here we go again.
Here we go.
Aw,
Oh shit,
shit.
here we go again.
Here we go again.
The new guy.
All right. So the door clicks shut, and you hear Emil cry out in pain. Where is it? I need you to make a constitution.
Emil!
That
No!
you fail.
No! Not Emil Toranescu!
He loves
God,
you.
no.
I loved him!
That's an automatic critical hit.
Oh, shit!
Here he goes again.
And
Papa, is that you?
Oh shit. Here he goes.
Yep, I had a feeling. Hi, Griff.
oh, 1 second. That should have been marked as
I mean, it says it in the fucking
Bird.
combat. It says it in the thing.
Yeah, but I hadn't looked at that yet.
Oh.
So
that should not have been.
technically, I
resisted.
Don't
guess.
worry, Emil.
Emil falls unconscious.
Grier has a great history of dealing with teammates against Griff.
He would be.
He
at
totally won't
72.
let you die, first-year-old Papa.
What's that? What happened, Aaron?
Emil collapses to the ground.
What the
And from the spot where the blood shot out from his neck, you see a dagger appear, and then the length of arm and the wings of Griff. You shouldn't really play with dogs.
The fuck are you talking about? Why'd you do that?
He was going to kill you.
What?
Do you think we put people down here for no reason?
I mean, it's Strahd's castle, so honestly, yeah.
Fair. I guess you'd judge it that way. This is Emil Toranescu, one of the leaders of the werewolf pack you guys slaughtered. And you led him to his easiest escape.
Oh.
He'll be fine. Give him an hour or two. He's not dead, although he might. I'm gonna roll a death save for a meal.
I mean, Griff could have taken him out non-lethally if that's what he wanted to do.
If you wanted to. He's just like, if you live, you live. He doesn't really care.
I mean, if he's one of the leaders of the werewolf people, then he's a pretty shitty guy. I don't think Gryer necessarily gives too much of a shit either, if that's true.
Damn.
If that's true.
Wow.
Yeah, Gryer. Fuck animal people.
Yeah.
They were shit. They had child captives. Fuck them.
Emil's rolling on the ground. He's barely there. He coughs up a bit of blood that splatters along the floor. Someone's gonna have to clean that up. What brings you down to this part of the castle? Been enjoying your private tour? I was actually on my way to do some work soon, if you're interested.
What do you mean?
Might be able to do some good for this country.
What do you... I repeat, what are you talking about?
Do you remember Miss Fiona Wachter? I believe you became acquainted when you made your initial entrance into Valaki before the theatrics the night everything went down.
I remember.
She's been marked for death.
By Strahd? I thought she was
Yes.
working for him.
She is. Well, to some degree, she allies herself with him. She believes it's the most rational decision, which, honestly, I could agree with. But after taking the title of Burgomaster, she's been sacrificing people in her city. In her basement. As much as it may be twisted and sick, Strahd does care about his people to some base level. So doing his job as the ruler of the land. The taint must be cut out, and currently that's her.
That's not Gryer laughing, that's me laughing.
Taint.
It must be cut out.
Taint must be cut out. She's professing some sort of magic, as far as I understand. Not to the same level of the previous Burgomaster believed he could escape, but it's an exercise of her power and an abuse as far as Strahd is concerned.
Let's take a step back for a second. You said this... You said his... You said...
Roll
his
another
nearest
death save.
escape.
Yep. Keep going. He's still alive.
I wanna...
Do you not believe me? You should know, at least to some degree, that she's not a good woman, Gryer.
No, I know full well she's a horrible person.
I know you have not necessarily the best decision-making skills, but you're not stupid.
Gryer is... I don't know if I believe you about him, though.
About this one, he kicks at him with his boot.
Gryer's going to try to go in for a medicine check on him.
Alrighty. Roll me a medicine check. Griff does nothing to stop you. You stabilize him.
Okay. I'm not going to try to wake him up or anything.
You tear a bit of his already shredded clothes up and you place it over his neck and kind of put part of his hand on it, put down some pressure. The bleeding seems to slow. He's probably going to make it through it. He'll wake up in a couple hours if you leave him like that.
Anyways,
We'll have him thrown back in. Probably for the best.
what did you mean when you said his nearest escape?
Sorry, you've lost me.
Well, you
I've
said
been
something
thinking
about
about murder. Oh, I was going to leave soon. If you
No.
wish to come.
Back further than that.
All right.
You said I was leading him somewhere.
Oh, out. You let him out of his cell. And I mean, I'm assuming you were trying to leave.
He points to the thing. The brazier thing. Is that what I think it is?
Would you like to try it? I plan on visiting Era before we head over to Valaki. We have most of the day left. I plan on striking tonight. Most of her meetings are after dark anyways. Easiest to catch all the cultists while they're together.
You're treating this very casually.
Now that we have you, I don't
Is
assume
this-
we'll lose you anytime
Is this
soon.
what you were talking about?
Yes. Yes, it is. This is how we cross this country in moments. With this, as long as you are permitted, you can move what would be a day's travel in seconds.
If he has Era as his hostage, and he uses this to do it easily, why not destroy it?
Do you think I could? You're more than welcome to try. You think I haven't tried? Also, slowing him down doesn't change what would be her fate. He would just kill me first, then her. It's not realistic to think I break his toy. That suddenly she's safe. Nowhere is safe in this country.
I was hesitating to tell you this, but I think it might be the only thing. Well, actually, hold on. Before I go there, has it been said in the game, like in the context of canon, that what the marionette card does?
The marionette?
Yeah. Because I know what it does. Because we've talked about it, but I don't know if it's been established in canon.
I don't even know. Are you talking about like the cards you got from Madame Ava?
Yeah.
The cards that you have, you all know. You found every card barring one.
Yeah, but the one that, like, I think it was the marionette. That was like, what did it even say? Hold on, I have it written down. Heckin'. Look to great heights, find the beating heart of the castle. He waits nearby.
Oh, yes. That's where Madame Ava told you where to find Strahd at any given time.
But it was established that that's where we'll find Strahd. That
Yeah.
he.
If you ever go there seeking Strahd, he will be there.
Okay. So there is a place that if we go there looking for Strahd, he will invariably be there.
And this is useful to anybody how?
Because we can catch him by surprise.
Nothing surprises the lord of this land. You think that this has been some dog, loyal servant, assassin job I've been doing? The amount of times he's let me try to kill him, I've lost count. He doesn't care, Crier. He thinks it's a game. And I would hate to have his undivided attention. Now, are you joining me or not? You might see that there is a life here that you could live that isn't actually that bad. You can do things to help the people you can. And you have to give up on the idea that you can help everybody.
No, I won't.
All right?
I'm gonna keep trying. So is everyone else.
He gives a long sigh. Well, I can't say I didn't give you a chance. He pulls out a small stone. Our guest has found his way downstairs. He seems to be a bit lost. If someone could escort him back to his room. And there's a bit of a mess on the ground. Seems he was playing with one of our other different guests.
Well, I go for him. I go for the stone that he's holding.
All right. Roll me athletics.
Fucking, I wish I had luck still.
Versus
That's pretty
acrobatic.
good.
It's pretty good. You might get it.
That's a pretty solid roll. But he's probably got acrobatics out the wazoo.
Gonna reveal this.
Ah,
What?
I just revealed what
he got
God damn
24.
Ugh.
I whip out.
One hand goes. He's gonna attack you.
I whip out Nightfall.
All right, you draw your sword. Roll me initiative.
Fucking shit.
Well, Grier,
You rolled a
it's been
20.
a good time.
He's got 25. As you draw your sword, a dagger flashes towards you. You don't even see him draw it. Just in the moment that you reach for it and your hand goes down, there's a flash, and he's gonna go. 2 rogues with a very difficult time getting sneak attack. He'll use. He'll use that weapon. That is a 23 to hit.
Well, I
Hits.
mean, yeah. Wait, why do I have 18 AC?
Why do you have 18 AC? Are you hasted or something ridiculous?
I don't think so. Am I?
Evasion.
No, I thought
Jolene
it-
is still with you in your heart. That's
I thought
fine.
I thought his AC was 15.
Let's see. Your armor, you got +4 because you're wearing light armor. So you have.
You wondering why
Inventory.
do you have your armor like actually?
Equipped? Maybe you just didn't have it equipped for a hot minute.
I mean, because
Um,
I remember that the last time it was relevant, I took my armor off. Like I clicked it off in the system for a rest, and I don't know if you've clicked the icon back to being equipped since then.
No, his AC with armor is supposed to be 15.
Oh, what is it now?
It's higher than it should be.
What's modifying your AC? I'm gonna take your armor off and on.
Your dex isn't like higher than it should be, is it?
No, it's still 4 or +4.
If you go on to your main page on your character sheet where it says AC, is there like a little plus number in the corner of it?
There's no, there's no number.
Oh, so that's not increasing it. Your dex is where it's supposed to be. Your
really
armor's
weird.
not on. If you click the magnifying glass
Oh,
beside
it's
it,
for some reason it's adding your wisdom to your armor.
yeah. If you
What the fuck?
ever really want to know, if you just click the magnifying glass beside your AC, it'll tell you where all the numbers are coming
Yeah,
from.
as though you had unarmored defense or something.
Weird.
Oh, I ain't no monk.
Yet.
Perhaps, who knows? If I live.
Yeah, so that definitely hits 23. He's gonna pull out his +1 dagger of venom and slash at you. It cuts slightly across your chest and up the side of your neck, drawing just shy of your jugular. You need to make a Constitution save. You succeed.
That's pretty
And
good.
do not take the poison damage. You literally just succeed.
I'm not doing fantastic on health right now. I mean, I'm not doing bad, but
You take a 6 damage, and you feel this poison pulse from the blade as it cuts you. But you just managed to grunt it off. Your turn.
Fuck.
One blade out, and the other hand still holding the orb.
I'm gonna try to. I'm wondering if it's even necessary to grab the orb that he's holding. There are other ones.
Oh, the ones on the center desk, he didn't pick it up off of there. Those are also there. He pulled this from his pocket. This looks different than those. This one's about the size, like this fits in his palm, but the other ones are about twice the size of a human eye, and those are laid in sockets. He didn't reach for those.
Oh, okay.
This is an item he already had. There are those stones still there. If you're interested.
There are those stones still there, and I'm gonna do the violet to the mountain spire. It said, right?
Perhaps. Since it's the heat of the moment, I will not read it for you right now.
Okie dokie. I will.
You could take an action to try and read it again if you'd like, that would be your action.
Did he previously read them all over?
He read the one inscription on the top, and then he decided I read it out twice for him, and then he started fighting. So I'm like, if you don't remember immediately, then it would be something to be like, all right, which color goes where? Because you wouldn't be able to memorize that poem super quick.
He wasn't like going for anyone in particular, was he? Before we started.
He hadn't reached for one yet. He was just asking if you were coming or not.
All right, I will reach for.
There's a red, orange, yellow, green, blue, indigo, and I will say that bread is wrong, but I will not say anything else.
FYI, we're at break.
All right.
Okie doke.
I know green is a good one though. I just remembered, like, I should remember that color.
He will grab the fucking violet one, I guess.
Grabbing violet. All right. And what are you doing with it?
To space.
He's going to point Nightfall at him, at his face. Not. I guess they're really in close combat, so there would no be room for that. But
yeah, if he can cut you with a dagger, then there's not a lot of room.
No, they're not like halfway apart. Okay, yeah, no, he's just gonna look at Griff. Like shake his head and like, there might still be one way. And he's going to put it into the fire.
All right, you reach your hand in the fire, and as the stone touches it, the fire itself turns from a white to this brilliant violet. It was violet you took, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good. Okay. The flame is now violet.
And nothing else happens?
It has changed violet. It's there. You've only put the stone in. Do you want to throw yourself in?
Oh, I guess so.
Throw yourself into the flames. You don't feel burned. And you suddenly feel very cold as snow begins to fall on the ground before you, and Griff is not next to you. You see the last moment as you enter the flames, the dagger comes cutting towards you, and you find yourself alone. And that's where we'll take break. Since we've hit break, it seems like a good time. And we're gonna grab a bathroom, use a drink, other things said in the incorrect order.
I'm gonna get soup. I want soup. I'm going to get soup.
Go get some soup. Get some big old soup.
Get some soup so I can make you feel bad later.
Get some big soup.
No.
I'm gonna use the bathroom real quick, and then I'll go talk to chat.
I'm also gonna get some water. I've just been doing so much talking that my throat is sore.
Me too.
We'll be cutting back to the other party after this.
You'll probably be asleep anyway.
So you got...
Hi, Chet. He's not drunk sleeping in that armor. Jolene was nice and took it off for him. Because she's a good person, or tries to be. I mean, it sucks to suck for Grier, because the Hadrick's very strong, and I believe in him. And he won't get sneak attack. They're asking about if Grier and Hadrick fought.
I finally drank that can of Baja Blast that's been sitting in my room for like 3 months.
Jesus, that's how I feel about the can of, like, guava juice. I have my thing, I don't even know what it is.
Well, that's alarming.
No, Jolene did not hold his hand. That's lewd. She didn't disrobe him, she just disarmored him. And took off his shoes. It was like, here we go. Into bed with you.
She just disdonned him.
Yes.
Otherwise known as Tadaf.
That.
Disdon.
She thought about holding his hand, but that was too lewd. They'd have to talk about marriage before. I've thought about that before, like, if early game there was like one bed and Hadrick and Jolene had to sleep on it, I was like in my head like, would Jolene be like, but we're not married yet?
I love that room. It's a fun room.
The fucking teleportation room.
The brazier, yeah.
Yeah, I can't believe you just got yeeted somewhere.
I'm pretty sure that the violet one was Mountain Spire.
Considering you're somewhere cold, that's pretty much the only option.
Yeah.
I mean...
Congratulations, you are on a good path to getting back to the rest of the group with them being
You
a
are
lot
correct.
less angry at you.
Violet is Mountain Spire.
I was hoping you would go after Strahd's bride.
But yes, you were very wrong about green being lore.
What was green?
Green is where the coffins hide.
Oh
I
shit,
think
I'm glad you didn't
red-
do green.
I think red was the lore one, right?
Mm-hmm.
Also, they already smooched, but don't worry, I'm not making another one of my characters pregnant.
But she's not pregnant yet.
You know, it's interesting, Brad. Carrie and I were talking about this the other day. Back in campaign 1 of Nat19, there was a lot of people watching who wanted Stonewalker and Isla to get pregnant after they had sex like once. And we were just sitting here be like, why would you like want that for a character? That's just the rest of the character then.
For a character that you're going to continue playing.
Then you were like off screen without asking your partner's consent, being like, nah, she got pregnant. It's like, alright, cool.
It was a moment. It was a moment.
It was a very premeditated moment, yes. Oh.
Probably not as premeditated as I'd like it to be.
Well,
to
that's
where I thought
didn't you
about
say
it.
that you made a comment about it in that session? But it was kind of like it was kind of like under your breath, and people didn't really notice it that much.
Yeah.
And then you asked me about it after game.
Cause like, if you weren't cool with it, it could have been like, oh, never mind.
I only thought I was pregnant.
Well, she didn't say.
What?
What? Okay, never mind. It's besides the point. I did it, but now Cinder's kids, upcoming characters, mayhaps, huh? Telfs, am I right?
Probably not. Bye.
It's a good time.
You clearing the room more?
Just highlighting the doors. Because I'm gonna leave some of this unmarked specifically. So if you're like, do I remember this place? Like, you remember this area?
I was definitely like, keeping notes of where I had gone.
The
'cause
problem
that's
with
what Greyer was doing.
the overall issue with Cinder's kids showing up is that that implies that there's going to be another campaign in that setting in like 15 plus years.
Yeah, that's going to take place at the exact time where they would be of age to do that.
What are you talking about? We've
Which,
played
by the way,
14-year-olds.
though my dates aren't exact, I'm pretty sure that puts it during World War II. What a time that would be.
Oh,
there.
Grail War 2.
World War II. If we do the Sun
mean-
War, I imagine that will probably be the last thing we do, like, regarding these events in the Type Moon setting.
We already managed to somehow completely miss World War One. I'm sure we can ignore World War Two.
Yeah, it's if you really wanted to play characters' kids in another series, a game, like if we ever did a way later one, yeah, I'm their grandkids, and you don't need to have your character get pregnant during, so you can have fun with the character at the time.
Yeah.
I think it's a big thing. You'd be like, oh look, campaign's over.
World
I
War
had
II.
babies. No one can tell me I didn't.
World War II with magic, that would be horrible. I didn't say World War II would have magic, I just said World War II would be happening at that time period.
You never said it didn't have magic.
You're right.
Just
Occam-
like no one
Occam's
said it
Razor is a
wasn't
word.
filled
I'd
with
like to have a word with you.
vampires.
Although, you changed history. Didn't New Orleans some kind of perpetual energy machine? Yes, that was sold to one person and is not in common use. She didn't, like, give that to New York or anything.
He becomes the Fate World's Tony Stark and creates a never-ending energy source.
History-wise, our Type Moon setting is pretty much on par. Like, as far as normal people are concerned, history is exactly what it would have been before. You know, with the only major difference being that depending on how things go down, the Levantina district might not be the Levantina district. It may
Might
be...
not exist anymore.
It may be a big open piece of country that no one goes to anymore, or other things. Or, you know, if Quantavius wins the war, yes, then history is going to take a major turn in a different direction.
Yeah.
It'll no longer be appropriate to call it human history.
It would be a World War II, probably, in that case.
No, absolutely there wouldn't be.
There would be the great event. The culling.
Well, it's like
the unspecified event.
this isn't spoilers for anyone that's gonna panic, even though technically endgame spoilers are sort of out there now. Imagine like what they show you the world is like post Thanos snap, except imagine that an additional 30% of the people in the world are gone.
Oh.
It'd be a pretty desolate world.
Yeah, well, I just talked about, like, because of, well, in, I guess,
Cracking
Quantavius' case, it's not random change. Like, technically, if it's random, there is that one place that, you know, effectively rolled the die really poorly, and there's just one person left in a town.
Hydration bot. You've been live for just over 2 hours. By this point in the broadcast, you should have consumed at least 8 ounces, 240 milliliters of water to maintain optimum hydration.
You said it.
Done that
Optimum
anymore.
hydration.
I need to do more of that.
I'm hydrated.
Especially you,
proud of you.
Carrie.
I know.
Yeah,
Does
Carrie,
soup
take care of
count as
yourself.
water?
No.
There's
It's
water
got
in it. But
sodium.
And with just a crack of my fingers, I would wipe out 80% of the world.
How fucking dare you?
I
I want him
hate
to
it.
use that every time he says the word crap.
Now I'm just imagining
Get
the
McCrack.
current Quantavius design, but like with Thanos like proportions, and it's really upsetting.
Just way fucking
That's
buff.
I don't need
Just
it.
take a picture of Thanos and like just Photoshop his skin white. Just give him red hair and glasses.
people
I
don't
don't
like
like
it when
it.
I'm cracking some dad jokes.
Aw, shit.
Picture him slowly
Yes,
devolving into a memer until he's just looking at Ian and unprompted is like, "Hi, gay, I'm dad." It's like, I didn't even set that one up, Dad.
You can't just throw up punchlines with that setup. This makes me so angry.
That's what finally gets you onto the let's kill Dad.
We need to kill Dad. He's saying dad joke punchlines without the dad joke setup.
Yeah, you're right. Sure has gone too far this time.
Yes, this is the thing.
I don't feel
Do you want my help or not?
A comment just reminded me of
This
something
is
that
how
I...
you get there.
A comment just reminded me of something that I want to clarify specifically to Carrie and Izzy about the whole demon thing. There was a discussion on the Discord where people seemed to be under the impression that you had demons inside of you that if they took over would, like, transform you or something. And it's like, no, you are exactly what you are. Like, there's no secondary demon spirit inside of you being like, I'm going to take over, meow, 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 meow. Like, you... You're
I think it was them confusing the mutagen. They thought it was letting the demon out.
Yeah, which again, that is actually just a big mutation. It's not returning them, quote unquote, to their original form or anything. The mutations are very much just... It is what it's supposed to be, all of the class, just with a bit of demon context thrown on top of it.
Demon flavor.
It's like tieflings. Tieflings don't have like an inner pit fiend that can come out if they get angry.
Yo, but can I though?
Yeah. I feel like that's a very tiefling thing to happen.
The McCracken twins are very
It's
much
not, but I want it.
in a lot of ways. They're a lot like very direct tieflings. They're like tieflings that don't have the physical like markers, but they're like only one generation removed from whatever the ancestor is. As opposed to normal tieflings, which are like fucking.
It's like the difference between a half dragon and a dragonborn.
Quizzical donated $10 for the puns. They say, "Quick, everybody, keep telling more puns."
Oh, trust me, I can come up with as many crummy puns as you want. At
Depends
least
on the
I'm
backstory.
trying, am I right?
Well, I mean, everything in D&D depends on the backstory. When I talk about things like that, I'm talking about like as written, as per lore. In which case, tieflings are very much just you have a demon ancestor somewhere.
In the Hood of the Dragon Queen, there's a half-dragon NPC. They're Dragonborn. They just changed it to half-dragon for compatibility. The Dragon Breath are not similar for half-dragons to Dragonborns. Also, the wiki article implied they are different races entirely.
Huh.
Come on, guys, you love my puns. Why won't they love me?
Mugen feels underwhelming knowing it's their devil trigger now. I mean, that's... I'm not even gonna respond to that.
What?
That's a...
What?
Oh, so in as simple terms as possible, half dragons are dragons that look like humans, and dragonborn are humans that look like dragons. It's not to say that a half dragon looks like a regular dude. They look like a dragonborn.
Yeah.
They're just humanoid dragons.
They just came from the other direction.
If you were to like use a ranger's beast sense and their favorite enemy was dragon or whatever they were looking for, they would ping as a dragon. They come as a dragon instead of a human.
I enjoy that in the Kobold Press, in one of their like unlikely heroes thing. Like that's the mythology that goes along with like the Tome of Beasts and stuff. There's like a dragonkin, which are basically, for all intents and purposes, they're dragonborn, except they insist that there's no human in their lineage and are very, very adamant about that. They're like, no, we're descended from dragons. We're just a little different for some reason. We're not humans. Never.
Freaking, in the realms or in any real like D&D setting, humans, they just make everybody thirsty, don't they?
Yeah. Like some
Well,
people on
Everybody's
Discord.
thirsty for humans.
Some people on Discord were talking about an adjacent topic to an orc with a tiefling heritage, and it's like, nah, tieflings and Aasimar and Dragonborn and whatnot, all the halves are all human. Like, the other half's almost always human unless you homebrew some stuff.
Unless you go out of your way. Well, usually even then it's like flavor. You're like, I'm half elf, half whatever. You're
Yeah.
still a half elf. You can be like a green half elf and be like, I'm half elf, half orc. But you're not getting bonuses for both races.
I guess humans in the Forgotten Realms just have some weird genetic disposition where they can mingle with other DNA
whatever.
of other races for some reason. Fucking, you know what that means? You want to have like, have like all the safe sex you want. Just make sure there's no human in the mix, and just between races.
again, like, as much as I think it's a meme book, I think somewhere in the realms there must exist some sort of inverse version of the Book of Erotic Fantasy. Or just like a gnome who's really into that half-orc over there is like, would we have kids? Do we need to make sure we have protection? I need to know. This is important to me.
I like the way Jernmel put it. Humans are the EVs of D&D.
Or are they the Dittos of D&D?
Oh shit.
That doesn't make it safe sex. STDs can be transmitted. Yes, in a world with lesser restoration, I'm not too worried. How's that armor going?
If you're a poor farmer who makes like 1 gold a day, might be a problem. For any adventurer, i.e. most player characters,
If you're a poor farmer that makes 1 gold a day, you probably don't have access to weird interspecies trysts.
Honestly, 1 gold a day is probably a lot for a quote-unquote poor farmer.
Yeah.
I might be overdoing it.
A lot of spells fuck the economy. STDs have nothing to do with the economy. I hope.
I think they would screw an economy that didn't account for spells like that. That eventually the things that those spells can do become less valuable.
Humans are the dittos of D&D. I think the EV thing is more apt because the idea is that something breeds with
They
a
can
human and
become a lot of
produces a
things.
new thing,
Yeah.
whereas
Rather than
dittos breed
they
with a
can-
thing and produce the thing.
Are STDs a spell? Sure, why not?
Yeah.
Chlamydia cantrip. Bam!
Oh,
Enjoy being inconvenienced.
that's upsetting. Do you think that armor's going to be worth it? Do I think that having 20 AC is going to be worth it? Yes. I very much do. Oh, I see that 1 turn into a 2. Blah 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 blah.
I mean, yeah, I think the average person living even in the realms, which is really magical, doesn't have a lot of magic in their lives.
Yeah.
Magic is unique and strange, and people would seek the village woman who's like, yes, I'm a sorcerer, level 1. I can fix what ails you. And she's a big deal there. And then these assholes show up like, lightning bolt.
You have cancer? Give me a cow. Excellent trade. Let's get Hadrick of Ring of Protection, get it up to 21.
Like, people going to churches and stuff. There'd be a priest maybe in a town. He's like, I can cast like cure wounds twice a day. So if 3 people like fucking fall out of a tree, one of them is boned
If we got
for at least a day.
If we got a Ring of Protection, I actually should probably go to Gryer or to Monty.
What up? I'm back.
Hello. Did you watch all the season of Bleach?
You know what? I thought about it, but then I didn't.
Oh,
You made a mistake.
I did not.
you did.
You really did.
Want to reiterate how much of a job thing this is?
Are we all back?
I think so.
Alrighty, let's hop back in.
Alrighty. Well, hi, bye, buddy.
Well, we'll see you later.
I mean, if you want a bit to threaten his career to make him watch
I
Bleach,
just came back when you said, "Are we all back?"
quickly do a super fast like 10-second session of Dear Ashley show.
Well, welcome to the Dear Ashley show. Dear Ashley, that's me.
There we go. Okay.
Goodbye.
And I'm gonna put us back on Thum.
We're back.
I'm waiting to
All
see
right,
if
well.
any questions pop up, like in the next 5 seconds for Dear Ashley.
Quickly, chat. Quickly.
Who
Dear
that?
Ashley.
He cute.
Dear Ashley, why you leave? No.
I had to go upstairs and do something, and I'm back. I'm
Hello,
sorry.
just got here, says Han. Hello, Han. Or Han. Han.
Who that? He just got stabbed in the neck. He's
Oh, yeah.
probably gonna be fine.
He was a wereboy. Also, guess what?
Dear Ashley, how
Grier's
did you
out
do?
of the castle.
Oh hell yeah!
What?
He escaped.
How?
I'm glad that he is.
With
He used the Bifrost.
Aaron, you're not doing your job right.
I basically used the Bifrost.
He used the Bifrost.
Go out like
He's
with,
definitely
like,
out of
person
danger.
and totally won't be brought back in for any reason.
You know, he's
Definitely
fine
out of
right up
danger.
until the second from now, when Griff also jumps through the fire and is like, "Yo, hey, thunk."
Remember that hourglass? Anyways, back at the Magnificent Mansion.
Back at the Super Best Friends Club.
I am mid long rest.
Monty and Devin, don't target anything, but roll me an attack roll with the weapons you chose to use. It was the maul and the rapier.
Can I use the roll I did before I knew we were cutting away?
Oh, you guys did a roll. What was it?
I didn't, but Izzy did.
You got a 20.
Yeah,
yes.
I rolled
Okay. So
yeah.
you hit it.
Oh.
You hit it.
Thanks,
It's a
buddy.
10. It's a 10.
You're welcome.
It's an inanimate object. You both strike it. Devin nearly misses it as she goes for like a thrust. She brings the weapon around as Monty smokes it down with his hammer. It bounces up and you slash it. It flies across the room and clatters to the floor.
So our attacks were repelled by it.
No, you hit it and it moved.
Huh. Does it appear damaged in any way?
Looking at it from this distance, seems to be almost like a chess piece on the floor. It's smooth and black. Seems undamaged.
Huh.
Do I think that I could crush it by standing on it?
No, it seems to be made of stone of some sort, possibly like an onyx.
If both of us attacking it with our weapons did nothing, it'd be weird if just stepping on it broke.
Devin, don't
your
speak
passive
a leg
perception
day,
is
what
nutty,
I'm
right?
saying.
Yes,
Am
it
I
is.
passive? Yeah. It's
Your
right
passive is fucking nutty.
Mhm.
After you guys hit it and it clattered across the room, it's on its side, and on the very bottom, there is an inscription.
there. What does it say?
It says Flynn.
Whoa! What?
I mean, I tell Monty what it says. I'm like, there's a thing on the bottom.
What does it say?
It says Flynn.
What?
Yeah.
I need to check on this. Friggin' what was
Flynn
the
a fiend?
I mean, he shouldn't be. I think he's like a fae or a celestial or something.
Oh shit.
Friggin' what is the
Also, I'm assuming that Kilala is in the room with us because that's how she do.
Yep, she's curled up beside you as you attacked her. She stood up, but she's there. She kind of rubs the side of her head up against your leg.
Carrie,
Okay. I'm making sure.
Kilala doesn't exist. You need to move on.
No, shut up.
If I try and contact Flynn, do I hear anything back? Like telepathically?
Currently, no, although you would know that being in the Magnificent Mansion might interfere with that.
Gotcha. I'm going to step outside and see if I can contact him.
I guess I'll just keep an eye on this thing.
Yes, please don't let that out of your sight.
Okay.
I'll be back. Just shoot out of the room.
So, huh.
Alrighty. Monty, you start running for the front door. Anything else going on in the house that I need to note before he gets outside?
Long rest.
You're still napped.
I'm stabbing Hadrick in the back while he's asleep.
Alright, Hedrick
Long
dots.
rest.
Finally.
Without waking
So-
up, I
Fine,
use
he's
fight
taking a
on.
long rest.
You blow out the front door, Monty. You reach out, ping Flynn, and receive no response.
Oh no.
You got no horse.
Oh dear.
Was this the price you had to pay?
Oh no, not Flynn. The cost was too high.
You're right. You're fucking correct. It did jack shit too.
He had to try, man.
Oh.
Devin,
I'm just watching that thing.
the figure stands up.
Mm.
It doesn't like move or anything. It literally just. You remember Jumanji when the chess pieces are like whip across the board?
Yeah.
Like that. It just rights itself.
Oh,
Oof.
tell it to stop.
Oh, she doesn't want to attack it because she thinks that it might be Flint. So I'm just gonna let it do what it wants to do. But watch it.
It doesn't move.
Okay.
Knowing that Hadrick's gonna be taking a long rest.
I need to get lucky again.
Ha! Yeah. Alright. Jolene, probably after finishing writing the letter, would put that in her bag for now and maybe look for the others?
Alright.
Because she knows they were up to something last time. Because they fucking shiftily left the room. Which in Jolene radar is like, something's up, Scoob.
Oh,
geez.
shit.
Just wants to check in on everyone.
You head up from the room. You're currently upstairs in one of the rooms, so you can head either towards the library and go down, or to the front door and head down.
Probably where I saw it last.
That was the kitchen, so that'd be towards the front door.
Yeah.
All right, you head towards the front door. Monty, are you coming back in?
Yeah, he'll
Alright.
try to quickly get back to Devin to report what he's found.
As you reach the top of the stairs, Jolene, you see a hurried Monty bustling through the door. It closes behind him on its own, and he makes his way. He's walking very much with purpose.
Oh, good afternoon. Busy, I see.
Oh, yes. Good afternoon, Jolene. Sorry, I have to go.
Is everything okay?
No, it is not.
Oh.
And then he'll just keep walking.
Damn.
Do you need my help? It's gonna start
I don't
following.
I mean, I appreciate the thought, but I don't know what anyone can do about this.
That is concerning. Is Devin okay?
For now, yes.
What?
I'm just going to going to go back and make sure that remains so.
You threatening me, Monty?
Devin's dead, Jolene. You need to move on.
Never. She was my true love.
Damn right. The truth comes out.
Love
wait
is
a minute,
dead,
Monty.
Jolene.
Monty, you are leaving me very in the dark in this. She's just gonna keep on following you until you tell her. Because it's Jolene.
I was attempting to help Devin with a paladin ceremony, but it appears to have backfired, and I think something may have happened to Flynn.
Oh.
Yes, I have no idea. I sensed an immense evil, and then a figurine with Flynn's name on it appeared, and I can't contact him mentally anymore.
Huh.
Oh dear. Have I read anything about anything like this in any of my
No,
books
I can't even.
on the arcane arts?
This
Well, fuck.
This is some weird shit, is what this is.
That is rather peculiar.
Indeed. I'm just going back to make sure Devin is still with the figurine. But when I tried to examine it with my powers, it came up. It felt like a fiend.
Fiend? That doesn't necessarily sound out of the question for these parts.
More like a
Perhaps-
fiend.
The Mad Mage has tinkered with magic of this sort. I don't have much knowledge on the darker arts.
Get the
might
fucking
be-
Mad Mage.
That makes sense actually. Can you?
I'll go
Can
fetch
you?
him then, if I
Please.
can find him.
Flattery
Thank
will
you.
get
Thank you so
everywhere,
much.
Yes,
say
no
they.
problem,
Except,
Monty.
of
Good
course,
luck.
through those temple gates.
All right. So I'll also tell her where the room is that I'm going to.
Oh yes. Oh my god, I can't believe I didn't ask that. Of course, yes, I'm going. Thank you.
Draw her a little map, hand it to her. All right, go.
You're
There's
good
one
artist.
turn on it.
Library over
It's-
here behind the bookcase. Oh, okay.
It's just like a Tetris piece.
Can I? What would I? I'm going to attempt to track down the Mad Mage.
All right.
I don't know what this would call for.
Well, hey, Jolene, he's right in there.
Is Ashley there?
You bump into an Ashley. Yeah.
My goodness. Gosh, I really need some fresh air. I'm just not. Oh, thank you, though.
Looks like everybody's bumping into each other. It's probably because we're in one space and there's not a lot of rooms.
You're absolutely right. Excuse me, Sir Mage.
As you see Monty turn the corner, go behind a bookshelf, you see Goldie sat in his chair. One eye kind of glances up at you and then back down at his book.
I know you are not willing to aid our group in our usual endeavors, but I come with a question for you.
Sit down. Okay. Gestures in the same chair that Ashley just sat in, slides back forward.
Sits right at the edge of it with her back straight and her hands like politely clasped in her lap. Well, you see, our friend currently is dealing with something of rather dark nature, and we happen to have someone in touch with the divine also in our group, and so I assume he must have attempted something, and we don't know if it went well or not, and clearly because it's in your abode and it might be of fiendish nature, you would be inclined to look at it. Please.
Yeah,
Mage.
do that. All right. And he closes the book, stands up. So, now can you say everything you just said, but now that I'm listening?
He's the fucking
Well, you see, so basically we have
Start
someone
from fiend. I heard that word, and that's why I'm listening. Now go.
there's something of fiendish nature either trapped inside of some form of statue or has been brought. He was trying to do something for our friend with the darkness and felt some unprecedented evil and then sensed a fiend aura coming from the statue. So we...
Do you remember the fireplace in the kitchen? I hope so. We were there like about an hour ago.
Of course.
Okay,
Yes.
can you? There's some calipers next to it. Can you go get me those?
Surely.
And where's your friend?
Which one?
The one with the demon, devil,
I
Yugoloth?
believe...
He's literally around the corner. He went behind a bookshelf. Like you had to follow Monty's back part way to get
yeah.
here.
Just points.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Thank you once again, Sir Mage. Excuse me. Pitter patter goes to collect the thing he told me to.
All right, Monty, you arrive back in the room. Devin is staring at it. The horse piece seems to have righted itself.
Oh, it's standing up now.
Yeah, it's been moving a little bit.
Oh, so you didn't move that. That's okay.
Mhm.
Huh. Any other peculiarities?
Just the moving.
Gotcha. So I went outside. I still can't feel Flynn.
This is bad, huh?
I'm worried what's happened to him.
I'm sorry this didn't work.
No, this isn't your fault.
Oh,
I wasn't
it is.
strong enough.
Hello.
The,
Hi, it's me, your boy. What's going on? You did the thing. I know that much, and I know you made this thing. Is this the thing you made?
yes, I did an atonement ceremony, and I felt more evil than I have ever sensed in my entire life, dwarfing Strahd completely, and then this figurine with my horse's name on it appeared.
Yep. That's like that's like the daily around here. So don't worry about that too much. I got the pink-haired one to get me some calipers. So one moment, please. Zombie, can you get me? You see that glass bottle over there with the green stuff in it? Yeah, you see it. Give me that. Open it
Okay.
away from your face on the table.
All right. Still has rapier like pointed at the piece as I move to get the
Oh,
bottle.
it's fine. If it was going to attack us, it would already. Probably. I don't know. It could explode.
Look to Monty about whether I should put my sword away or not.
I should mention that it seems to be a fiend.
Yeah, no, that got brought up. That's why I'm here.
Okay, good.
Okay.
Jolene, you arrived with the calipers.
Oh, can you describe to me what these are?
Calipers?
Man,
They're
sorry.
used for manipulating things in a fire.
They are what
Huh.
my
Oh,
seeks.
yes. Okay, the stokers. Yes, that's what we called them in my house. Sorry.
Oh.
They're like effectively used for grabbing and sometimes
Moving
measuring.
logs.
Like
Right?
tongs or something?
Copy
Yeah.
image. I will.
I'm fumbling over there,
Here.
heading
I
over,
can-
putting them down, and dusting my hands rather aggressively from the.
There you go. Those are calipers.
I put in pictures chat a few different types of calipers. They are
Oh, yes.
they are grabby claws meant for smithing and forging.
Here you go. Is that the thing?
Yep, that'll do. And he picks, like, very, very gingerly. He just gets the tip of it and picks up the statuette. He starts walking. Yeah, that'd be close to what it looks like.
I figure.
And he brings it over towards the table. He puts it down, puts the calipers away, and then picks it up with his hand and drops it into the green liquid that bubbles and froths for a bit.
Well.
All right, well, acid doesn't do anything, so I'm out of ideas.
What?
That was just acid.
Yes. That's why I said open it away from your face. You don't want to breathe that in.
Oh,
So is the piece his? Is it his horse or is it?
Could be, probably. You're messing with stuff beyond my comprehension, which means it's very much beyond your comprehension. Not to be rude. Well, to be slightly rude.
We don't want to kill it.
No, you're clearly more knowledgeable about this than I.
Monty,
Sure.
if it's Flynn, then do we want to destroy it?
I don't want anything to happen to him. What if destroying it just kills him?
Looking at the mad mage.
He's just staring at the piece in a giant jar of acid. Yeah, no, it's doing nothing.
We'd
Ooh.
prefer to reverse it rather than kill it.
Oh, okay.
How?
Well, here you go. Hold on. It reaches in with the calipers into the jar. A bit of it splashes out. You see part of it eating through the table.
oh dear.
He plops the now acid-covered horse onto the table. For lack of a better description. You want to let that dry for a second. He just takes part of his robe in his hand and just kind of rubs it dry. That'll probably be fine. He throws it at you, Monty.
Like the figurine.
Yeah, he like underhand tosses it at you.
It's like, oh, just like fumble it. Like, is this is it safe to
It's
hold like this?
probably I don't know. It could kill you, but it reminds me of there used to be these tokens you could get in some places where you throw them and they turn into things. So that might be what it is, and you might be able to just pull your horse out of that. I couldn't tell you. I honestly have no idea what you've been doing in here other than trying to make gods do things where there are no gods.
Yes, perhaps that was a bit arrogant.
You did your best. I'm proud of you. Okay, so yeah, you shouldn't do that again because that could probably be bad. If you got turned into like that, then I would have just dunked you in some acid, and that probably wouldn't have been nice. But hey, who am I to judge? Maybe you're into that sort of thing.
I'm not. I have some history with acid. Stares off into the distance, says nothing.
Get out of here, rich backstory.
Wicked summer, right? All right, I get that. Anywho, awkward over here. Okay, awkward stairs aside. Spend some time with it. It might be magic or something. Best I can give you. Do any of you know identify? I do, but I don't because I don't have. Listen, okay. I can only do so much without the book.
Okay.
It's all right. I appreciate all the help you've given me. To all of us.
Enjoy your demon horse thing. Oh my god. I'll be where I was.
Thank you again.
Yeah,
Yep.
thanks for your
He returns to the
help.
library. I'm sitting in my chair.
He blows his nose into like the sleeve of his robe and walks out the room.
Aw.
Absolutely ghastly.
It's like the acid eating through his robe because he like
A little
pried
bit.
off the
A little bit.
figurine.
There's definitely a patch of it that's just not there anymore.
Oh my goodness.
Oh. Just kind of like hold the figurine tight. It's like hug it.
Sorry about your horse, Monty.
No, this is my fault.
It's really
I was prepared for things to happen to me, but I never thought someone else would have to suffer consequences for my failure. Are you all right, Devin?
I mean, yeah, I feel bad.
Don't be.
You lost something very important to you and didn't gain anything.
No. This is not your fault. Just means I have one more person to save.
If I hadn't asked you to help me, you wouldn't have done this. It's my fault.
We can't go blaming
Ridiculous.
ourselves like that, though. Devin, all of us want to help you. And aid you however we can. Monty had no clue that this would happen, and neither did you.
Exactly.
There's no blame.
You think I wouldn't have helped you if you didn't ask?
Fuck y'all, man.
Devin, you are important to all of us.
Indeed. And Flynn's a brave boy. He would have... I'm sure he would have felt the same.
I mean, hopefully the mage is right, and he can just... Maybe he'll just poof back. I don't know.
We can only hope. I don't know if it would be that simple.
It seems with a lot of what we are dealing with currently, only time can tell.
You feel the rough, serrated tongue of a cat on your palm, Devin.
Ukilele.
You scared me for a minute. Cool.
Oh,
Serrated tongue.
yo, it's what it's like. Like, ooh.
The only
Sand
question now is
sound.
where to go from here. We obviously are not allowed to stay here after this current place dissipates.
Yeah.
Going back to the Vistani is out of the question as far as I'm concerned.
We should probably get Hadrick and Ashley and figure out what our next move is.
I
Indeed.
don't necessarily know if Hadrick will be waking up anytime soon. He drank himself pretty below the table. If he needs a
Hadrick.
turn.
I'm asleep.
You are. You are indeed.
I'm not waking up till I have my luck back. I'll fight you.
It's true. You're not waking up.
All right, cool.
Hit
Hit me. Make me dream.
Hadrick, you're in the middle of a large empty field.
Is everything dark?
Around. It's pretty dark.
Hey,
All right.
we just talked about not having dreams.
You hear bells in the distance as the outlines of it sounds like church bells.
Bells, bells, bells.
I can hear the bells.
All right, guys.
You see the ground at your feet begin to morph and shift as parts of it become stone and rocky. You see a cobblestone thoroughfare appear beneath your feet, stretching along what feels like your east and west. Ahead of you, you see shafts of wood erupting from parts of the ground, violently scattering dirt to the sides as buildings begin to form. And you recognize this place. This is one of the last sights you saw before you left your hometown. The fountain off the way is surrounded by bodies. You see arms sticking out at odd angles, broken, severed. And you see a stream almost of blood pouring out of it. Behind you, you hear soft but getting a louder set of hoofbeats as you hear a horse let out this screeching cry. It sounds like the death throes of a beast before it's murdered. And on its back, you see a large armored figure. It's got a long tassel coming off the top of its helmet. On the back of this horse, which its entire rib cage is exposed as bits of it are falling out along the ground. Its intestines trailing behind it, some unknown distance out of sight. As it brings itself down, it draws this long, blackened blade and begins to advance at you.
Do I recognize the armor?
You don't recognize the armor, but it feels familiar, and you have very little doubt as to who this is at least supposed to represent.
Been a while since I had the time to think about you. He said, only a little bit tiny aware that he's in a dream, meaning that both literally and in dream speak.
Oh.
In a panic, he'll draw his sword. Is Hadra currently armored, and does he have his equipment within his dream?
As soon as you think of drawing your sword, it's in your hand.
Okay. I actually was going to ask if he could, put his hand out and just sort of dream wisp his sword into his hand, which he wouldn't even clock. He'd just be like, there it is.
You look
about
down,
having plate mail.
and you're covered in armor. Your forearms are soaked in blood, dripping down like it's excessive. This blood is not your own. The blade in front of you, the hilt and pommel are covered in it. There's bits of crushed brain on the base of the hilt of Sunrise.
In a panic, Hadrick's going to look around and put two and two together. This scenery was probably caused by him.
You blink and switch positions. You see this figure standing there, the same armor set, covered head to toe in viscera, and as you look back and your horse is there, you recognize one of the final scenes you had before you killed him.
Would I be aware enough of the situation to recognize that I'm dreaming, or is this...
This seems outwardly ridiculous to some degree, so you'd at least have some suspect, if not just outright confirmation. You can make that choice.
Just to keep things straight, because we're in a dream, I am still not on the horse. I am still looking from
You
my
have disembarked from the horse where it was and advancing towards you, and then in a moment, as you blink, you almost get dizzy because the world itself flipped and you were where he was standing.
Okay.
And he is where you were standing.
But he's still all intestine-y and whatnot, and I'm...
The horse was. He's still
Okay.
covered in viscera and stuff. You seem clean from where you're standing now. In the same way you looked at your hands before as you blinked and the world kind of faded away from you for a moment. You're now wearing the polished armor.
Well... There's not a moment of what happened that I ultimately regret. No matter how much I resent the fact that it had to happen, there's not a moment of what Hadrick did before leaving that he would have traded. Although this dream is definitely a grim reminder of ultimately what the extent of what could have happened if he hadn't. If he is advancing on his enemy, Hadrick is, cold sweating, but he is going to try to gather himself up enough to attack this other knight. Regardless of what visage they take.
Add to your inventory for the remainder of this dream.
Oh.
A set of plate.
Yes! Give me this! Give me a brief taste of this!
Where is it?
Juicy AC.
Oh, give me those extra 2 points. Do it. Do it. Do it. Give me this. Let me have what I desire. Where is it? Is it in there? What do I
It's
have?
in your inventory. Plate armor dream. It's under the Ewer of Cleansing, above the Luckstone.
Okay. Equip. De-equip breastplate. Get out of here, breastplate. You're not wanted no more. Not in this... Oh, I have so much AC! Okay, back to the horror.
Let me mark it as identified as well.
Yeah.
This is...
So, in case I have to get into a dream fight, am I, like, in a fully rested dream fight, or am I in a state I was in when I went to sleep?
What is your HP at? You are in a fully rested dream fight.
I am more considering things like my lucky feature and action surge and such.
You have all of those. I'm just going to memorize you. You know what? You're on a long rest right now, so I'm just going to rest you now.
Heckin'.
If he uses them in the dream, will he have them when he wakes up?
And I'm just going to be clear, although I'm 90% on this, this is my old captain.
This is Somnus Greywinter.
Alright.
Kind of assumed, yeah.
Yeah, I just wanted to make sure that I wasn't misinterpreting and I wasn't, like, fighting myself, so that if I gave any contextual dialogue, it wasn't misinterpreted as like, I'd kill you again. And it's like, it's you. I'd kill you the first time. I killed you once, old man! Alright. Alright, well. Oh my god, why did you give him that icon? I don't like this at all.
I'd like you to roll me initiative. Oh, you already did.
I did not. I think that's
You
left
didn't?
over from a
Roll me
previous
initiative.
thing.
I'm gonna clear initiative and you can roll.
Gotcha.
Please don't let this be like a Freddy Krueger situation.
Do it.
You know what? If anyone gets to Freddy Krueger me, it's my old captain.
That's fair, but don't
Okay,
die.
just I got to apply.
He's
Not
got
do it.
No!
not actually great.
I'm going to just make sure
Especially
I
not like when
I'm just gonna make sure I put on my remarkable athlete. 1 sec. And initiative! Not fantastic. It's not the best ever it could be. By the way,
17?
since in case we end up long resting me again post-stream to account for anything I use here, I'd like to just go on the record as saying I should have 4 HD once I wake up, so if we mechanically accidentally give me more, we gotta put me back down to 4.
Awesome. All right.
He probably goes first.
Checking. He doesn't have any bonuses. You go first.
Oh!
Let me mark him. He's got a he got altogether a
Yeah.
9.
Get him!
There's not a thing that I would regret about what I did. But I also understand, as I raise up Sunrise and I charge towards him, if you chase me until the day I die!
And raises his blade in a sword salute as you approach. Do what you doing.
I'm getting him. I'm gonna slash him with my Sunrise. I'm pretty sure that
Alternate version. He looks at him, raises his sword. Move along, sir!
Just let me move along. Alright, I'm gonna cut him with that first attack. How did he react to it?
Almost as though like it passed through him and the radiant energy burst through it. It seemed to actually do extra damage to him.
Yeah.
At least this version of him in your dream is undead.
I'm plant my feet and I'm gonna go at him again. Here I come. That hit.
That hits.
Oh, good. Thank God. Take that. Eat 16 damage.
Alrighty. Anything else?
No, I don't think so.
Alright.
Can I dream up haste?
You cannot dream up haste.
Can I dream up
There's-
Jolene to give me dream haste?
No. Nothing
Ridiculous.
nothing doing.
Jolene,
I don't-
stay back there!
Then
No one's
is a
there with you.
dream.
Shut up,
Like,
it's my
come
brain.
on.
Alright.
That would be
Come
pretty
at me,
funny.
Somnus Grey Winter.
But it's like Hadrick's dream version of Jolie.
Does he
Does
have...
she super anime?
No, it wouldn't be. His, like, dream version of Jolene would probably be more modest than normal Jolene.
Ooh.
That's fair for Hadrick.
She'd probably be
Pulled
like
down.
up here and be in like a really expensive looking but not too eye catching like fucking gown with robe. And be like, Hadrick, I've changed the taxes so they're more fair for the common man. Here's haste.
Dream Jolene's also pretty.
Perfect. Oh, dang.
They are sustainable
That's
but
impossible.
also of a fair nature.
It clutches its stomach where your blade pierced through its armor, blood pouring out and pooling in its hands as it reaches up with its empty hand, longsword drawn in the other. The blood itself begins to float in the air and spin, and then ignite.
Is the sword that he has Grey Winter?
Yes.
All right.
It points its hand down at the ground, and the flame, red and black mixed together, slams into the ground and explodes, catching both of you in its blast. Both of you will need to make...
How fucking dare you? Give me a sec. Once you roll this, just give me a sec to look at the result and decide if I want to lucky it.
Yep. He's targeting you. And himself. There we go. That's what.
See what's gonna happen is this blast is gonna happen, then the smoke will clear, and then he'll be Gryer.
You joke. All right. And save on. You're not targeting them? No, he's not targeting.
Hadrick, and then I'll have to ask myself a lot of questions.
Somnus Grey Winter would never. He would never target me. You see. Well, I'm gonna lucky that. Is what I'm gonna do.
That is entirely fair.
That's a 3. All right. So, dex save, you said?
Yes.
All right. Let's get better than a 3. I accept a 15.
You still fail.
Whoa.
He also fails.
Okay.
I
I guess
and
Wish
as he
and
uses Hellfire Orb
You know, that's... Oh, you know what? Given what picture he has and what I assume that I'm fighting mechanically, you know, the woe retracted.
Yeah.
Oh my god! I took no damage.
Why? One second here. I'm gonna remove you and put you back on. I don't think it's counting him as him. Let me use this first.
Well, Lark, if you want, you can just drag that damage roll onto Hadrick and it'll apply.
Yeah. Drag onto Thomas. Drag onto Hadrick.
Oh, that's gonna hurt. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, it really hurt. That's okay.
You get sent flying by the just entire, like, devastating force of the blast. As it flings you through a concrete wall, you're not in your hometown anymore. There's a parade going on. As you hear the shrieks of people running away, you see him walking slowly towards you. You see, make a perception check.
Alright, here I go. Making a perception check. Perception.
You see, out of the corner of your eye, you see a young boy. He can't be more than 13, standing next to a small girl with pink hair, looking on in abject horror as they turn and flee the scene. It is your turn.
Gonna pull myself up to my feet. Well, I wasn't mechanically prone, was I?
No.
Alright. Contextually, I'm gonna pull myself up to my feet.
You might have been prone, and then you think about getting up to your feet, and you are there.
And I'm a real quick, just go ahead and, I'm gonna go ahead and use fight on, just immediately, so... Oh, that's a good fight on! Boop. And I am going to... Can I reach him with 30 feet of movement?
Absolutely.
Nothing's changed. Whether it's you or whether it's Strahd. And he is going to rush forward. As he's rushing, I'm a second wind to get some health back.
Do it.
Done. Takes a deep breath in, lunges. Sunrise doesn't benefit from... It does benefit from versatile.
Yep, you can two-hand Sunrise.
He is going to discard his shield as he's going. And not put away. Just thoof off to the side goes the shield.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna go ahead and two-hand Sunrise, so I'm gonna go ahead and change the damage that it does. Clear dice. 1d10. Again, get up to him, two-handed, take a stroke at him. No, actually, you know what? This is going to be a dumb thing I'm going to do, but I'm going to throw the shield to the side. In the act of throwing it, I'm going to try to have be a shove, to try to, like, knock him down by, like, pummeling him with the shield as I approach.
Alright, do that. Roll me athletics.
Gotcha.
And we'll meet you with his athletics.
And... BAP! I'll keep that. That's pretty good.
You succeed. You throw the shield at him, he brings the sword up to catch it, and it glances past it and hits the top of the helmet, and as it's dazed, you impact him, knocking him to the ground.
Right. Now that he's on the ground, I'm gonna rush up to him. I'm in advance. I will be action surging. I'm gonna take the sword and I'm gonna come over, plant my foot down on him to try to push him all the way onto the ground, and I'm gonna take the first of my regular attacks on him. Hup!
It's going to parry that one. It brings its blade up. The Sunrise itself searing into the side of the blade, which meets it and then resists it, knocks it to the side.
All right. Action surge. 2 more attacks. That hit?
That hits. That just hits.
All right. I'm not going to tempt fate. Bap. And then I flip the sword upside down and try to drive it down into him. And I may lucky this. I'm gonna lucky that.
Do it.
I'm glad I luckied that!
Crit. Hit him with it. Yeah, the first one, he parries off to the side. You knock his blade away and slash across his chest. Blood comes pouring down out from his neck. You bring the blade down and drive it into him.
Oh my god, the amount of 8s I just got!
Oh, it pierces through his chest. this would, like, had this been a metal blade, you would have effectively railgunned him to the ground. It is through concrete.
Oh. Chase me to the ends of the earth if you have to. I'll put you down repeatedly. You and anyone else that threatens anyone around me. That's about all I'm good for.
It's your turn. He's
Now, if it
going
were-
to bring one hand up and smack away your boot off of the top of him.
How dare you?
Uses half its movement to get up. And like a flash, you see the blade come out. And you see, almost as though all at once, you see these attacks coming at you. He's going to make several.
I still got a fair amount of health. I'm, so, like, I'm proud of myself so far in this fight.
Oh, he's no problem.
Frankly.
Through all that.
You stay down, sir.
What if he doesn't want
That
it?
hits.
Yeah.
21. And there it is. You take a bit of the damage, but your just your sheer resistance, you push through the pain and ignore it. As the cut like hits you, there's the searing energy that comes from the wound. As a pulse of necrotic energy shoots through your body. He brings up a knee, trying to knock you off balance, and thrusts forward. That's a natural 20.
Oh no! Oh, Dream Hedrick, no!
Dream Hedrick's dead.
Dream Hedrick is... Dream Hedrick's not dead.
It's just a dream Hadrick. It's fine. It's not a real Hadrick. Jeez.
Yeah, and oh, that is a lot of damage, though.
There's Dream Hedrick dead.
And the necrotic energy, as he thrusts forward, you can feel the blade piercing your stomach. It becomes hard to breathe as the world gets blurred. You look back one last time and you see that boy and girl staring at you. As you drop to your knees, the last bit of air escaping your lungs, your eyes close, and you wake up.
Do I wake up post long rest? Am I long rested on the outside?
It is, you don't know how much time has passed? Let me long rest you now.
Right, I'll
At
make
the mention of, like, talking to Hadrick and those guys and her being like, I don't know if he'll be up. Can we establish that Jolene went to check up on him?
I wake up in full plate mail.
Question? That would be so nice.
Go ahead and unfortunately take that away.
Yeah,
for
I'm
the
doing
time.
it, I'm doing it. He just wakes up, was like, oh, I feel so heavy, that was a terrible dream, pulls the blanket off himself, is just wearing full, like, gold trimmed plate mail. Yes! Yes!
So I'm gonna
Never mind, that was the best dream.
before, is there anything anyone would have wanted to do in the 8 hours Hadrick would have been asleep? Because he just woke up after 8 hours of rest.
Oh, fuck.
Ashley would have went to bed and went to sleep after
Yeah, I figured.
talking with the Mad Mage. She just wants to end the day.
But we were looking for you.
If we agreed not to, like, talk about it until the whole group was there, Jolene probably would have gone back and, like, respectfully slept on the top thing, like, no sheets, just on top of the bed.
You wake up, Hadrick, and next to you is a softly breathing Jolene.
Oh.
Devin, Monty, you guys gonna catch some rest? Or you guys gonna continue?
Sitting in the chair at the table watching them sleep. No, I'm kidding.
What you wishing up for, boy?
Should definitely get a rest.
Yeah.
I'm pretty
It has been
tapped
a
out.
long day. You guys will be waking up but you still have several hours. This won't disappear until like tomorrow around noon.
Just wander around, look for a room that I can settle into.
As you guys walk off, apparently looking for rooms, the Mad Mage kind of glances and a door starts morphing its way into the wall next to you.
Oh!
You should find those suitable.
Oh. Okay.
Thank you very much.
He's back to reading his book.
Monty, do you really want to go in there?
I think we can trust him if that's what you mean. At least to sleep.
Okay.
How do you feel?
Well, it's weird. It's a magic door.
The magic house, woman. No, he can't hear you.
I mean, the hypothetical mage makes a good point.
Yeah. It's been all right so far. I think we'll be all right.
Okay. Okay.
Do you need anything?
No.
All right.
Alright, so Ashley's gone to rest. Jolene and Hedrick have rested. You two do. Rest. Rest.
Yeah, give me all those spell slots back, please.
Look at all that rest.
As Ashley lays down to rest, she's like, something's missing. Looks around,
I know, you're
notices
not
there's
on
no
my
thighs that
lap.
she's laying on.
Devin did not sleep well without Ashley on her lap.
So you want us to take away your long rest? No, I'm
No, shut up. Got rest, just not good rest, okay? Shut up. Shut up.
Alrighty. So all of you get to sleep. Hadrick, you're definitely the first to wake after this.
Jeez. So he's gonna get up, see Jolene very stealthily. He's gonna, well, not so, this part's not so stealthily, but he's gonna put like both of his hands on his face and let out the softest just. Ugh. And stealthily try to get up without waking up the Jolene. Wha. Alright.
Jolene, there's a rustle in the bed, and you kind of half open your eyes, and you see Hadrick sitting off the edge of the bed.
Oh, you're awake. Good morning? Looks at the window, realizes the fault in doing such.
Yeah.
Did you sleep well at least? You were pretty intoxicated when I left the room.
Yep.
Seems fine. Hadrick, your stomach hurts.
Oh, that's good to hear. It's good to see you up and
And the mage. Did he do anything useful after I went to sleep?
No. But Monty and Devin tried to do a ritual thing. It's very religious, not what I've studied. But Flynn is now stuck in metal because of
The horse?
Yes.
Oh.
It's very peculiar, and they say something along the lines of a fiend was brought, and that's what he senses from the statue, but Flynn wasn't a fiend, so... I don't know what to make of that, personally.
Oh, that's surprisingly good, Hedrick.
Proud of you, Hedrick.
I wonder if a celestial being can become a fiend. Rather, celestial beings like that probably don't have any additional protection here in Barovia. This place can toy with things however it wants to, I'm sure. I'm gonna check my stomach. I'm just gonna, like, you know,
Shivers.
lift up.
There is a fresh white scar where the blade met your, like, right between your abdomen, like, and your chest.
And I'll be like, I'm facing away from Jolene when I check that.
Yeah.
Just...
I see.
Is everything all right? Too much stew?
I think old demons are catching up with me in a literal sense.
Oh, what would it be really a role to remember what he told her about Mr. Neverwinter?
Grey Winter?
Grey, fuck.
Mr. Neverwinter. I killed King Neverwinter.
You killed
Mr.
my
My
papa?
You know what? I'm gonna say that's on you. Heather, do you want to give her a roll for that?
I mean, when he told you about that, that was some pretty, like, defining... That's a pretty defining interaction. Like, I think a character
Yeah.
would probably remember that.
Just no. Yeah.
Yeah,
No roll. You got it.
Yeah. Something with Grey Winter?
Yeah. Though. He looked different. I had a dream that the current me had to face a similar situation to what the old me faced. Or rather, the current me had to face what might have happened.
Oh.
And I, not for lack of trying, couldn't see it through this time.
You died in your dream?
Yeah.
Is everything okay? Physically, I mean, because, you know, obviously you said you were now sitting at the edge of the bed, just kind of hands clasped in between her, or in front of her lips. Really worried.
Am I okay? I want to beat Strahd. I want to make things right here. I've been thinking for a while, but not talking about it, that the only thing keeping me going is that maybe making a positive change here in Barovia will somehow make me feel like I've made up for what I had to do. Is that vain?
No,
Is
I
that,
don't think so at all.
is that how a knight should think?
I think you had to make a very hard decision. But I don't think you made the wrong one.
Neither do I. But I certainly made that decision easily.
To atone for something that you did that you feel was negative, that affected you that way, I don't think is a bad thing. I think a knight should strive to make positive change wherever he goes. And I said before, I really don't see you as a criminal for doing that. I don't think anyone in the party would feel that way.
And what if I had to kill Grier?
I think with how circumstances are right now and how he left, it's very clear that he made a decision that could quite easily damn our attempts to defeat Strahd. Removing him with the knowledge that he's become, that he's changed, I think we all would come to that same decision. I know, separately, I may have come to that conclusion as well.
Maybe.
I hope not.
I don't know if it's within my rights to tell Grier. What he did was wrong. Certainly from our perspective, it is. But as time, I can't stop thinking about it. Devon has given up basically her soul. Grier has taken the only chance he thinks he has to be with what I presume to be the only family he'll ever know. You.
Did he not see us as family?
Don't know.
Perhaps it's selfish to say that in these past few weeks, I've thought of us all as a little bit of a patchwork family. I wish he had seen the same. Sometimes your own blood does not define you in who you must side with.
The blood of the Covenant is thicker than the water of the womb, as it were.
Yes. That's a much quicker way of saying that.
Ever since the temple, I've been doting on the fact, after what Devin did, after the fact that I know that basically everybody rushed off to try to use the dark powers to save me. It's occurred to me that even though I've acted like I'm willing to give everything up, even though I stared down Strahd at one point and tried to trick him, that regardless of everything that I've said that I would do, I feel like I'm the only person who hasn't actually truly given up anything. And I'm starting to wonder if I'm in a position where I'm allowed to judge somebody like Grier, who has seemingly seized the small sliver of happiness that he might find here. Was it selfish? Sure. But if there is a world, if there is no world where we get out of here, where there's no way for us to escape, and nothing we can do to the Lord of Barovia, then maybe he's just made the best choice for himself. And maybe I'm just resentful.
I believe we all said that we were in this together at one point.
Yeah.
Whether for a sliver of happiness or for a bright light of hope, I can't see leaving this group as the right decision. We can make it through this. I know we can. We've achieved so much just by being here.
Yeah, I agree.
I have no question we will get out at some point. How many of us will make it to the other side? I don't
Sidebar.
know.
It's talked about around us a lot, but we know that Ashley could leave at basically any time, right?
I think there's a general understanding that, yeah, she has the option.
Yeah. Frickin' Ashley could leave all the time. Frickin' Grier does.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm really cool like that.
I'm gonna go.
Um,
I'm gonna go, wash up a bit.
Okay.
I've just been a bit of a sweat. Sorry. That dream was...
No, it's understandable. I'll see you at breakfast, I suppose.
Hedrick will stand, walk to the door of the room that they're in, rather slowly. I'm not going to bother putting his armor or anything back on at this point. Takes the door, opens it, doesn't turn back, but stops before leaving. Regardless of what I might be thinking right now, or the implications, I intend to make Grier answer for what he did. And I will see through my attempt to destroy Strahd, no matter what. I don't want you to think that I'm getting weak. Rather, I think it's important to remember that I always have been. And I walk away.
When Hedrick leaves, Jolene's going to go to her bag, take out the letter, fold it in on itself until it's a very tiny wad, and put it into Hadrick's satchel.
Okay.
And just start getting dressed, I guess. Or she probably hasn't had a bath either.
It's adjacent.
She should clean up.
You guys are nasty.
FYI?
Go
FYI.
clean.
FYI, open up! FYI, we have 20 minutes left on the timer.
Roger Dodger.
Let's go till midnight! The witch's hour.
That's 3 a.m. So you head into the adjacent room. The bathwater is already run and hot, as though by magic. So it's relatively effortless.
What is this future tech?
There's just one.
The ability to
It
run
is,
hot water is a
in
witch's
the one
spell.
adjacent to your room. There's one adjacent to each room. It is about big enough for 2 or 3 people, and it's probably. I mean, there's locks on the doors if you want to make it private.
Jolene, what does this mean? What does an 18 wisdom save mean?
I don't know. Hadrick's probably, you know, like already in there washing up. What's Jolene gonna do? I wonder.
That's a good question.
What a good question.
Because I'm like, maybe it's stupid to follow Hadrick after that really weird conversation.
Oh, who
But
knows?
at the
Who knows?
same
Maybe.
time,
Don't do it.
she's gonna like open the door and poke her head in. Do you mind if I... I'm going to be taking a bath as well, excuse me. She's gonna usher herself in and start setting up. Looking anywhere but Hadrick.
All right. Jolene faces away from you and prepares herself for a bath. Hadrick doesn't believe you'll do it, and
So, and here I go rolling this in a context that it was not created for.
Logan! Logan!
Yeah, what up?
Perfect.
Crier.
Carrots at you!
You, after reaching into the flames and then just leaning into it, the fire wreathes itself around you.
Right?
And your words are hard today, man.
Oh, I reduced myself to level 4 earlier. 1 second.
Oh, don't do that.
I didn't reduce my HD, I reduced my level. Apparently Hadrick woke up 4 levels lower than he went to sleep.
Nice.
Oh, jeez.
Felt like he was always weak.
Oh, you know what? When I said, like, it was always... I am actually weak now. Fuck.
Oh no!
You feel a cold wind, Grier, as a door behind you, adjacent with a mostly broken piece of wood dangling limply from a frame on the side that seems to be used to bar it, stands to your back, and in front of you is an empty fireplace in this frigid stone room.
Does this...
You remember this place very well. You slept here.
Fucking right.
Oh.
I know where I
Oh. That place makes so much more sense now.
There.
Oh! Wow, we were like the least safe possible while we were there.
Wow, I didn't even...
Strahd could have just fucking popped in on top of us and was like, "Sup, nerds?" Jesus.
That's how Sean felt.
The more you
all,
know.
all it took was Strahd trying to scry on us. If he had done that, he could have just been like, go get him.
I mean, to be fair, he can do that at most times, but that is like, that could have been such just a, hey.
Yeah, instantaneous.
But the door's barred. Yes, it is.
We had a bubble up too, didn't we? You just appeared inside the bubble.
Hello.
It's cramped.
He like opens the
but-
gate and like the bubble pops out of like his side a little bit and he's like, ah, the fuck?
Well, shit. But yeah, I am gonna go immediately to the door.
Alrighty.
He is not gonna risk. He's not gonna risk waiting around for someone to follow.
Yeah, it is very cold where you are. Are you still wearing your warm clothes from the last time you were here? Because if it's cold, but if you took them off down in the valley,
I mean, I imagine I would still have them.
Do you want to get changed into them?
I mean, I have my robe of useful items on. Does that do anything for me?
Robes go over stuff, but no, that's not going to keep you super insulated. It's not a very
All right,
warm item.
I'll put it on.
That will take some time because I know you're also planning on evading anyone following you.
I will. Can I make a roll to see how quickly I do it, or is it just a set?
It would take at least like over a minute, and he was right beside you. So if you think Griff is following you, then you have no time.
I'm just gonna go. I'm just gonna go for
It's
it.
go and hide time.
I'll stop
bolt
to
into
put
the cold.
something on.
All right.
What did you say, Logan?
It's go and hide time.
Yeah.
You bolt into the cold. You have, based on let's where are you planning on moving to, and where's your destination?
Can
Things
I
need to know.
see? I'm gonna keep out Nightfall just in case.
All right. Blade at your side.
I'm gonna just because I can see the gates and shit, right? Like.
Well, here I'm gonna.
Because I would be right.
We're gonna be moving on initiative. So, let me go. Where's
I don't like
the
that
lock
we're doing
movement?
that thing you said just now.
Is
Is
it nighttime currently?
For Grier, no. For you, yes.
Gotcha.
It is still midday for Grier.
Ironically, you have a better chance of hiding then.
Yeah, technically, you're still asleep right now.
Yeah. I'm in the middle of a battle with fucking Somnus Greywinter, the Death Knight, apparently. Good thing I killed him real quick the first time round, otherwise, oh boy.
Oh.
How do you lock movement again, Logan?
How do you lock movement? Just click on the map, like right-click on the map, and then there should be... I don't know exactly where it is, because my reticle's different than yours right now.
Selection modes, maybe?
There should be one that has, like, targeting or says movement. It should be, like, one of... I think it's on the bottom. I think it's where, like, ours...
Drawing layers.
Okay, it's not drawing layers. Here, one sec. I'll click the question mark. I'll find out. Image record, image viewing, sync target, reveal, push in, zoom... Should be one that says, where is it? Enable grid, disable grid, toggle grid type, toggle grid snap, adjust grid masking, drawings, pointers, pins, toolbar. Heckin', why is it? It's not there. That's interesting.
Oh well, maybe it's a plugin or something.
You keep doing things as you are. I'll see if I can find it.
So you have your action, you have your bonus action move. Where you want to go to? Currently, you have a general idea where you are.
Oh, this is like a side view. Cool.
Yeah, it is sheer cliff beside you. Well, outside, anyways. But you remember that from last time you were here.
I'm gonna go down that.
You go down. All right, so you're gonna
I'm gonna go downward, like in this direction.
Okay, I found it. Right click on a token, select lock tokens off the menu that comes up.
There.
Yeah, I guess you had to click on a token, sorry.
Alright, so plot out your movement for me.
I'm gonna leave. How do you do the thing where like you can do like
so if
line from this one?
So yeah, you're locked now, so if you try and move Grier, it'll show where you want to go.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So I want to go outside, obviously, and then go fucking like move down the cliff in this direction, flying like towards where I know to be like the path, but I want to go down the cliff and
all right.
Kind of. Actually, no, I'm not gonna follow the direct path. I'm gonna go like off. Can I can't see I can't see shit from up here, can I?
1 second.
Wow.
From where you are, no. There's two windows you can kind of see. So you It's like, how do I reset your movement? You're going all over the place here.
And-
Logan, stop. No bully.
Click it. Click it. Right click on him. Do it.
Okay, fine.
Or not right click. Center click.
Griff catches me and slices my throat open.
So each step of the move, you have to let go and then drag it again. So if you're going out the door, that'd be 25 feet, I think. Something like that.
Yeah.
So.
And then you can action dash and bonus
Got
dash.
you. We're moving on initiative. I forgot about that.
Yes.
I will do that. And if I start flying and use bonus action dash, can I move 50 feet?
So you'd your movement decreases from everything. So it's 25 feet to move out the door.
Mm-hmm.
So that's your initial movement. If you start flying from there, your flying speed is 50 feet, right?
Yeah.
So if you use your action to dash, you can fly 50 feet, and then if you bonus action dash, you can move 100 feet.
Oh, right. Okay. Yeah, I'll do that then. I will go out the door, 25 feet.
That's your movement.
And then I will use action to take off and dash this away. Fucking
So drag yourself out the door first. There you go.
this way. And then, like, this way.
You notice on top of the building beside you. Last time you were here, they were gone, but they're back. There's two large statues.
Can I try to stealthily do what I'm doing?
They fly by. You're flying down, right? Or you're going down the side of the cliff?
I'm going downwards.
No, but they don't pursue you.
Oh, okay. Cool. Then, yeah, I will go
You have 25
downwards
feet
at
left.
a diagonal angle and just until I can see things other than snow and shit.
All right, yeah, you keep going down through the fog.
It looked like that was just 75 feet of movement. Did you have any more?
I will go as far as I
using
can
it to go as
go.
down as you can.
Yeah. It looked like it was only 75 feet, so I wanted
Yeah, I moved him in the general direction, but like so I would have what left 25. So
25. If you use 25 to go straight down, so that would put you at flying at an angle plus everything, 50 feet down the side of the cliff.
okay.
All right. Let me go ahead and just go ahead and not let you see over here.
Ridiculous.
Ridiculous. Gryer sees all.
Yes, it's true.
Guys, I'm omnipotent. See him? Yeah.
Nah.
See, this is why you should be Ashley in this situation. Come out from the fireplace, turn back toward the fireplace. Shatter, 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 shatter.
That wouldn't be a horrible idea, but I can't do that, so
That's why you should be Ashley.
I'll just do that. You know what? I go back and I become Ashley.
Yeah, so you come through and you burst out at Mach 10. The frigid wind's blasting at you. You don't know if anything came behind you.
Okay.
And I'm just going to roll one of these.
How far in front of me and like around me can I see? Like the 10-ish feet-ish?
Up here, it's not a full-on snowstorm, but with the fog, I'd say you can see 15 feet clearly and about another 15 feet with like it's hazy.
Muddled.
It's a bit obscured.
Yeah.
Yeah, all right, back to you. Do you want to keep moving
All right.
down?
Yeah, I will continue.
What is your ultimate destination? Where are you planning on going?
He wants to find the group again. So
The
he'll
group again?
probably,
So
go
probably
to the
the
last
Vistani
place
camp?
that they were, which is probably a horrible idea, but
All right.
the only lead he has.
Roll me stealth once for me. just to see how you move. And
Oh yeah.
it's
Damn,
pretty
son.
fucking good, boy. Yeah, you delve yourself into the mists of Ravenloft. You roll me survival once to see if you don't get lost in the mountains here as you try and find your way back.
It's not
16.
that bad.
Let me look at the map of Ravenloft here real quick.
Could have been better, but could be a lot worse.
He comes back. You see, guys, the reason I went is because I knew that I could escape through a magical fireplace. You see.
I knew this all along because I'm omnipotent, as we've established.
Ah.
Oh wait, you guys wouldn't know about that.
The entire group just rolls insight. Bullshit.
I believe you.
All right, you fly down. You eventually find yourself at a lake with a river coming down from the mountain into it, and then two running off of it. One seems to be slightly off. You see the water kind of running off to the east, and one under the bridge off to your right. The closest one is off to your right. It seems to run northward.
Okay. Would a map of Barovia be useful at this point, or?
With your survival, you kind of know where you are, but I won't give you a map.
Okay.
You have a general function. You know that Valaki was to the north, and you know that this river runs that direction, so you might be able to reorient yourself on that way. I'd say you'll get to the you'll get back to the Vistani camp, but it'll take you a little extra time.
Okay, then I'll go that way.
Okay. Now grind is over here. Party is there, and let's say in flight plus rest.
I'm just imagining that Griff doesn't follow after him. He just sighs and he goes out the doors of Castle Ravenloft and gets back to the place he knows you're going first.
Yeah. All right. You begin your journey. It's going to take several hours. Just making sure you're not being followed, along with trying to reorient yourself and then find the best route. But you eventually start making your way there, and you start noticing familiar landmarks like the Sayre Falls and that large bridge with gargoyles you crossed on the way near Castle Ravenloft.
Okay.
Until eventually you see the now late evening. You're not quite at the same time as everyone else, but close to late evening campfire lights of the Vistani camp.
All right, I am not. Can I look around and see if?
Roll me perception.
I'm not gonna go into the camp, like, openly.
Mm-hmm. You don't see any one of your party members immediately. You see the carriage. They seem to be gone.
All right.
They're obviously in the carriage, silly.
They're obviously in an extra-dimensional house, which I would know.
Yeah, you'd have no idea about that.
Oh shit!
They might
Flynn's
have.
not there.
Flynn's gone, and the carriage from your ridiculous roll, they don't seem to be inside of it. They might have rushed off somewhere. You don't know if they headed to Castle Ravenloft. You don't know if they tried to move away from the Vistani camp or if they got in another fight. Vistani seem to be merry as usual.
He will try to sneak around.
With your perception check,
Oh.
you do clock that Alexei's return.
Oh.
Sweet boy.
The only one of them that I truly care about.
He will proceed to try to sneak around to where he knows Madame Eva's tent is.
All right, you start moving that way. We're gonna pull away from you real quick. Devin.
Yeah.
Is Devin.
You feel strange, but after a couple hours, you just can't sleep. You feel rested. You feel comfortable. You feel like you're getting the benefits of this rest, but you feel like you don't need to sleep.
Is it gonna be some? I
Not
want
even
it to
your
be
trance,
something
like
me missing Ashley. That's all I want it to be. I know
normally
it's
you
not, but that's what I
meditate for
want.
4 hours and you kind of cycle through the events of a day, and no matter how hard you meditate, that trance doesn't come to you. You just feel as wide awake as you did a moment before.
Devin, it's because you don't have an Ashley with you. Just go find me.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I want it to be.
It's your Devin troublemaker senses tingling. You should take a bath. No.
There haven't been any shenanigans in a while. But, oof. So like I feel like uneasy.
You just don't feel like you need to rest.
Okay.
No, your meditation doesn't feel necessary. Her eyes wide open. As soon as you try and clock her, you see her blue and green eye both just peering at you in the darkness.
Okay. Just me and Kilala, I'll just get up and kind of wander around, wait for everybody else to get up.
Yeah, as soon as you go to stand up, you hear the boom of panther feet hitting the ground. She
Hey.
chuffs a little bit and leans into you.
Pet. Yeah, then we just kind of walk off.
Yeah, you walk into the house. Anywhere in specific, or you're just kind of lounge about?
I'm just gonna kind of wander around, see if I can see Ashley anywhere.
Ashley.
Hey, what up?
Speaking of, you find sleep in patches, but every time you start falling into a deep sleep, you hear this low breathing, this hiss-like breathing as it comes in deep, and it's long. It's at times it sounds almost like an engine more than anything, as
we all know that
deafeningly
Ashley
loud.
doesn't get any sleep when she's alone, so it's fine.
You find it hard to sleep. You've caught patches of it.
I also wanted to say, Aaron, a bunch. I will have basically have a really messy room right now. A bunch of my shit's thrown everywhere. For reasons, but yeah. So I just am not feeling like I can get to sleep at all.
You've caught bits of sleep, but after hours have passed for sure, but you're not sure how long. But you find yourself awake once again with this lingering hiss in your ear.
Yeah, shut up, tattoo. She doesn't say that.
Yeah, we can find one hand kind of unconsciously goes to your neck. The room feels lonely.
She's just gonna basically, like, if there's no sleep to be had, they're just going to basically sit at the foot of their bed, just kind of looking over at the mess that they have made with their things, and see if there's anything they can do to potentially get to sleep. Their eyes lingering on that pastry for a moment. I'm kidding.
Hey man.
So hungry.
Linger on the drugs. I'm kidding. But no, Ashley has a lot of stuff to think about, so they're not really completely like unhappy with the ability to not go to sleep. At the same time, it's like I wish I could be rested. So they're just gonna just sit up and wait and
lean back,
hopefully
and
drift off.
Relax, but try and get rest. All right. Yeah. So Ashley's in her room. Are you like hunting Ashley down, or are you just seeing if she's walking about, Devin?
I'm like seeing like where she could possibly be, because I'm worried about.
Roll me investigation.
Oh, great! I got a good old 0 in that.
So I can kill all of them the same.
Wow! Look at it spin! Oh, it's the key to rolling high. Spinning it. Thank you, Brett.
As usual, when I believe in you, you do impeccable work.
No.
All right, Kilala got a -1.
Mm-hmm.
Kilala don't know shit. She sniffs around for a bit, and then she comes back with a bottle of wine.
Oh, nice.
Good to know you care about me so much, Kilala.
Kilala don't care about nobody except me.
That isn't how she used to be.
I know. She's evil now. I'm sorry, Nico.
Kilala used to be letting me ride on her and licking my face and all kinds of good stuff.
Bringing me
Yeah,
ice cream.
You spend some time going about the place. You know Monty's room is right near yours.
Yeah.
And you go upstairs and kind of listen around for a bit. And you hear Jolene's voice come from one of the rooms upstairs, so you figure her and Hadrick are probably over that way.
Hmm. What does her voice sound like? Like, does it sound like they're arguing, or
What are you guys doing?
does it sound like I should leave them alone?
Is this at the point in the bath?
This would be around when you guys are in the bath.
I don't know, Jolene. What are we doing?
Ooh. I should
That's
leave.
a good question, Hadrick. What are they doing?
Hey, Hadrick got in there first and he settled in. You came in afterwards. What are you doing?
Shit, do it.
Fuck.
Okay, so
Are they? Just fuck. Do it. Are they fucking? Do it. They're fucking.
You know? Huh. I shouldn't have to think about this long.
Do it.
You're the worst.
People in the
You're
chat,
such a little
people in the chat,
gremlin.
I'd like you to help Hadrick by spamming the getter remote.
Hadrick's not sure if you won't do it. He's vaguely sure you won't.
It's true.
Let's see. No, a roll would be inappropriate for this. Let's think. They did
Decide
just have-
something.
Oh shit.
Jolene, here we go.
Don't give me shit, buddy.
Like, are you naked right now? Like, what
Tell
are
you what,
doing?
Devin, roll me perception as well.
Okay, cool. Whap. Oh. Do
Roll heads up, Jolene.
Do it. Come on,
Okay,
Jolene, romance.
Jolene is going to wrap herself in a towel and get into the same bath as Hadrick and kind of just shakily be like, in most situations, I would find this rather uncouth, but keeping in mind that we might not take this out alive, I have to ask you and offer that if you need me to be there for you in any way possible, I'm willing to be there for you. And she's just sinking in the water. And this is where she's, like,
I don't think
underwater.
you understand the dynamic of this relationship. He's a guard. You're
You
a
are the one
princess.
who makes the decisions.
Hadrick,
princess is a
Hadrick,
sub.
like in character. Like I could make this decision in a fucking heartbeat. Don't get me
No,
wrong.
react how
Hadrick
would.
is incapable of making such requests due to his position. So you know, it's kind of on you, which is
I know
hilarious.
that! React like you were good! Respond!
What?
Respond!
She's
guess
just
they're
like
having a really good
mumbling
bath,
into her... Huh?
Jolene climbs into your bath and vaguely asks if you want to lewd.
Mumbling. Can you even tell? She just kind of looks at him and just puts her hands on her hips and huffs and is like, in most situations, I frown upon premarital.
Of the team with different key attributes.
I'm coming over there.
That's what
Oh,
you hear,
shit.
Devin.
I'ma not go towards that.
And
All right, I heard
Fade-
I heard I'm
That way
going
less
over there.
sadness.
Hadrick is a big old grumpy butt. He initially is gonna be all like, Murph, I'm trying to get clean. And then after about 2 seconds, that's not gonna be the case.
Nice. Nice.
Well, he is a man.
It's like, are you trying to help me? Jolene, I'm a grown man. I can
fade to black on those two. Jolene,
Are you all happy?
Devin.
No, roll your performance.
No, none of that business.
Fine.
There's no servants here to inflate those numbers.
You little gremlin, you.
They have their time. You hear that Jolene is preoccupied. So you can
Kinda
conclude
sad
the
about
last
it, but I
room
move
here is
on.
probably Ashley's.
Aaron,
I'm kind of
Mm-hmm.
I respect you for not calling for those rolls.
nice.
As do I.
He says as he rolls.
You didn't. I can roll
Pretty
whenever I
good.
want at any time. You can't stop
It's
me
true.
from hitting buttons.
True fact.
Yo, Jolene, roll a
Just because I
constitution-based
had a 22
performance check.
romance
Just
and a
player to
21
player.
performance doesn't mean anything.
Just player to
What?
player. Roll a. And you know. No, I'm not gonna do that. Roll a,
I'll roll it. Is
roll
it
a
a save?
constitution-based performance. Come on, hit me
A
up.
save. Fuck.
Oh, shit.
Jesus.
No, if anyone's rolling the
The
save,
stakes
you
have never been higher.
It's not a
Her
save.
balance is off, misses the dick, hits her head on the side and drowns.
So this is
Falls
actually
over
I
and
good.
dies.
decided that I hate this.
Romance
If we
up.
can talk about literally anything else but this.
A lot of talking, not a lot of constitution-based performance checks being rolled.
Fine. Fine. I hate you.
Do
I
you?
hate this.
This situation maybe implies otherwise.
It's true. Oh, Jolene.
Oh,
no.
Well, I can
So
say
Devin.
I can say that Jolene is definitely happy. I can absolutely say that.
I feel like Jolene's just like in another realm.
All right.
Just like.
You,
That's a good
you can have your
Oh,
game
she
back
back in the
now, Aaron.
realms?
So Devin.
Jolene in a bad way. So yeah,
Fuck you.
avoiding that nonsense because that's just sadness. I don't want to see that shit. I'm gonna keep looking for Ashley.
Yep, you find the only other room that hasn't been materialized by Goldie has been is the one across the hall, so you make your way over there.
Hooray!
This is why I can't sleep. I have noisy neighbors.
I'm a knock like super gently.
It's a light knock at your door, Ashley.
Imagine the performance check is just to stay quiet.
Sure.
As there's like a
No.
light and wrapping, I like kind of
I
grab
will
it.
not
and I go,
accept
Shut
this.
up,
All right,
fucking
all right,
snake.
all right.
I'm kidding.
Let's give them their space.
Right. Jolene is a terrible lay. You just need to accept it, okay?
Fight me.
I just chastised her to give you back your scene. Roll your damn scene.
I'm sorry, it's funny.
Who is it?
It's me. You know. Bitch, you know.
Ashley will get up and go to the door.
You see you see a tall, ghoulish-looking drow woman
Who could it
with
be?
piercing red eyes.
Oh yeah, cool.
And next to her is a panther with heterochromia and a bottle of wine in its mouth.
This is where I die, I guess. I'm kidding. Aaron,
Mm-hmm.
I have mentioned to you several times about one thing that I'd like to do within the next day, and this is when I was gonna do it.
Mm-hmm.
I am more wearing my my little butler outfit. I'm no longer wearing the dress that Ashley was wearing all the time.
Oh my god.
I'm wearing the butler pants and just like regular shirts and stuff
Do you look
for my little
cute as
costume
fuck?
set.
Oh my god. I'm
As
sure you
Ashley
look-
answers and looks up. Devin,
Did
What's
I
wrong?
wake you? Did I wake you?
come on in.
Gathering that Ashley's fully dressed, you assume probably not.
Okay. So, going on in.
Come on, Kilala.
Yeah, she's behind.
Well, at least take that. Okay.
Like shuts Kilala out of the door. I'm kidding.
No.
Scratch, scratch,
No.
scratch.
No.
We'll take you outside later, Kilala. I'm kidding.
It's not time for a walk, Dracula the good. Oh. Yeah.
Are you okay? Is everything all right?
Yeah, I'm just having some trouble sleeping.
Same.
Did
I didn't know you slept.
I kind of do. It's like a weird trance thing. I don't sleep as long as you guys, but yeah.
Yeah, I kind of sleep.
I'm sorry that I left. I didn't know where everybody was, and I was tired, and I thought I was gonna get to sleep.
It's okay. I mean, Monty was just doing something stupid anyway, so it's fine.
Something stupid?
He was casting some kind of ritual to try to help me, and it didn't work. And we think something happened to Flynn. We think he might have been turned into some kind of weird statue or like chess piece or something. And no, I feel terrible.
You double clock that Devin's eyes are glowing red.
Yeah, Ashley is just like, you know, just sitting here waiting for it to kind of fade away or go away, and she's just noticing it's like it's not, and
Devin, you
it's like, was that just me being tired, or was that just whatever's going on? And also, Kilala's eyes are glowing as well, and
Kilala's eyes are the same as before. They're heterochromatic, green and blue.
Are you sure it didn't do anything?
I mean, I don't feel any different.
You look a bit different.
Again, really?
Your eyes. They're glowing.
They're glowing? I mean...
takes out a mirror from my costume set, goes over to my bag, which has everything thrown away in random places.
Damn, I forget how ugly I am now. I'm kidding. I mean, I was around Monty and Jolene right after he did the ritual, and neither of them said anything to me.
Well, I can tell you right now, I've paid a lot of attention to you, and you don't normally look like that.
Keeps happening. It's whatever. If I don't feel any different, it doesn't really matter what I look like. I mean, as long as you're not, like, scared of me or anything. Oh.
I don't...
Ashley. Hesitation on Ashley's part. Oh, no.
It wasn't hesitation. I was thinking about what to say.
Oh, okay, I'm sorry. I got real nervous. I was like, oh,
have to freaking choose my words carefully. It's like, I could be like, oh, you know, it's kind of fucking freaky, but you know, but you know, whatever. I'm Ashley, and I look at the positives and everything. Ashley goes over and just kind of sits down and just goes, I don't think that there is a way that I can feel afraid of any of you guys anymore. So it doesn't bother me at all.
That's good. I get that.
I got some weird things happen as well.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, apparently the Mad Mage says that he can fix my problems just easily.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
I mean, that's good.
Yeah.
Do you trust him enough to let him do that, or?
He said he can't do it until basically we're all done here and he finds his book and everything, but it's you know, it's no glowing red eyes. It's not the interesting thing here.
I mean, it's pretty interesting to me. It sounds like if we find that book, then you'll have everything you want.
I don't know, I've been thinking about it ever since the whole Lich and dying and everything thing, and the fact that whenever I died, even though that should have been the end, it seemed like it was only just the beginning of all of the terrifying things until you guys brought me back. So, I don't know. Yeah, I guess it's everything that I really wanted so far.
So far.
It just made me wonder if that's really gonna help much or not. Especially since it's apparently such an easy thing for someone to do.
That's fair. I mean,
do you hear hissing?
Do I hear hissing?
It's just, it's just, the room's been hissing for like a while, so.
Aaron, do I hear hissing?
No.
I'm probably just tired.
You currently don't hear it now, Ashley.
I'm just probably tired. It's fine.
For the record, no matter what you decide to do, I'm gonna love you no matter what you look like.
Okay.
Roll me a wisdom saving throw.
Me?
Yeah.
Oh no! Am I gonna bite her fucking head
Oh
off?
shit! Oh,
do it, bitch! You won't.
Jaw.
On his jaw. Oh my god, no. Oh, it's spanning. Oh, it's slightly above average.
You didn't know your hand was on Ashley's shoulder.
Oh.
Oh, so I heard that while she was touching my shoulder?
Yep.
Oh, shit.
Damn.
Don't cause a
You just do the fucking, you do the Miles Morales and Spider-Verse thing. You're like, hey.
Shit. This is supposed to be platonic, and now there's weirdness.
This is
here.
weird. What do you do? I'm kidding.
Like,
I
am
thought
I?
you were about to choke a bitch.
Oh, okay. So like, I'm aware of it now, right?
Yeah, you don't
Okay.
you don't know when you put it there, but at some point you had your hand on Ashley.
Okay, I'm gonna like look at it, like all curious, and then kind of try to slowly bring it back to me.
Yep.
That works. That's fine.
Totally.
Okay.
You said you're gonna slowly bring it back to you?
Yeah, I'm like looking at my hand.
I'm
as
gonna
I,
reach
like,
up
bring
and grab
it. Oh, girl.
And I'm gonna bite it.
And I'm gonna bite you.
Showing.
And then
Devour Devin.
And then I'll be the one with the glowing eyes.
It turns out I wanted glowing eyes all along.
That's how you show your superiority.
Just kind of looks at like your hand grabbing hers, like
That wasn't what I'd expect from this side of things. I remember saying the same thing. She smiles.
Smiles big.
You still holding her hand?
Oh no. Oh, Aaron, please no.
Ashley?
Until she pulls it away, probably.
Roll me a wisdom saving throw.
Do it. Devour me.
Me?
No, not you.
You said Ashley.
No, I'm saying is Ashley still holding your hand, and she said not until you take it away. So Devin,
I'm not taking it away.
roll me a wisdom saving throw, Devin.
Oh no!
Don't botch. Don't botch.
Buddy, you get out of here. If I botch, you're the fucking reason why. Okay, let's hit this
Unless the DC went up.
Shut the fuck up, Brad.
You're finding yourself short of breath, Devin.
I'm gonna take my hand away from Ashley. I'm sorry. It's just I feel kind of weird.
Yeah, I get it.
No, like not like nothing to do with you. Like I kind of feel the way that I did before the squirrel thing, and I don't want to hurt you. Maybe I should go. Goes to
Devin.
leave? Oh, yeah. Stop.
I'm not afraid of you.
I mean, I'm afraid of me.
If it makes you uncomfortable, you can leave, but if we're both not having a good time going to sleep, you want to lay down for a little bit? I trust you.
I mean, that's pretty much why I came here. I don't know if I trust me because I just keep doing things that I don't have any control over. I don't know. I want to stay. I want to try and sleep. But I don't know if that's the safest thing for me to be around people.
I mean, even if you go to leave, I'll just follow you.
Kind of smiles at Ashley. Okay. If you're gonna follow me anyway, I might as well stay. Sits down.
Either we stay up or we go to sleep. That's all. That's basically the two options we have.
Pat slap.
Ashley's just gonna be like, yes. I knew there was something I was missing, something that'll drown out all the weird hissing.
You feel the bed shift as a large panther hops on and plops a bottle of wine down and then curls up around it.
You get out of here.
Plan B.
hell yeah.
Plan B. If we can't sleep, we get crunk.
Shots.
So you guys attempt to find some rest together.
Yeah.
Monty, before we cut away,
Yes, sir.
I know.
where did you put Flynn?
Oh.
Up
your butt.
Just for reference sake.
I'm thinking that he probably slept with it
All
What
right.
a good
in his hand.
It's okay. It's okay, Chunk.
Yeah. I'll find a way to save you.
It's like those girls who sleep with their My Little Pony toy.
Yo, yeah.
Adorable.
As you dream, Monty, you find yourself riding Flynn through the
Aw.
countryside, just outside Waterdeep. You kind of are familiar with the area. You've been there enough times. Flynn feels different, strange, as you're riding it. Faster and lighter. And then you realize you're not running on the ground. Flynn is running through the sky as
Dude,
though
Monty, you're
it were
having a
standing
fucking
on
great
solid ground.
dream.
Flynn
I'm waiting for the turn.
himself is jet black
Oh, there you go.
There it
with
is.
fire coming out of his hooves and mane.
Dude, that's fine. That's pretty cool, man.
Yeah, don't worry about
He's
it.
become the nightmare, hasn't he?
Pelor would love having a horse that was literally like on fire in a war, man. It's fine.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
You instinctively reach out to telepathically connect with Flynn, and you see an ocean of blackness, one you experienced very briefly before when you tried to cast the ritual. And before you can think to reel back from it, Flynn seems to gallop directly into it as it envelops you.
Oh dear.
Kids,
And I think
I'd
that's
like
where
to
we're
tell
gonna
you
end
that the
today's
voices
session.
in my head stopped one day. They never did.
Damn.
Oh, what a good notification for that to end off on. The kids, I wish I could tell you the voices in my head stopped one day. They never did.
Man, I'm gonna miss
Harry,
Monty.
you almost murdered me.
No, shut up.
It's fine.
That's cool. Y'all having bad
Now
dreams.
Deco's goal is just to get Ashley killed by your hands.
Yeah.
No, but it's my goal to get myself killed at Izzy's hand.
And I can't do that if Aaron Dream kills
But
me.
it's my goal to get killed by Strahd.
I thought you were going to say Patrick.
Patrick's fine.
Yeah.
Hey,
Steph.
I just gotta say one thing. At least Jolene had a nice sleep.
Damn.
Jolene
And
had
a nice
good time.
breakfast.
Oh shit.
I got a feeling. I'm gonna ask that people bully others into making those checks next time, though, please.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Curse.
It's
think
for
it's all fun
comedy
and dandy
Is there a
for
check I
everyone's
need to
down.
roll to? Is there a
I
check I need to
know,
roll to lay on?
But I don't want you to laugh in my depressing game.
That's
Strahd miserable.
Oh,
I think they're fun, but I also think that sometimes it's better without.
that's fair. I get you.
Yeah.
Look at her.
Oh, he got her.
Love that emote. Oh, he got her.
He got the heck out of her.
He really
right.
did.
We're gonna.
Woohoo.
We ran quite a bit over, so we're gonna take off, guys.
Yeah, you guys have an awesome night. Bye, chat.
Bye-bye.
We love you.
Oh, credits! You're right. They're right. They are
Oh,
right.
okay, never
Credits.
mind. We don't love you yet.
Why do I always forget on the Thursday shit? Okay, here I go. 1 second. Credits in a second.
All right. Almost goodbye, chat.
Oh,
So close to goodbye.
See, now at this point, chat, you're basically like, I don't know, man. You're out saying you're welcome, and I'm not really feeling the whole goodbye, we love you thing anymore.
True.
Oh,
It's kind of almost like, oh, you're still here,
Yeah.
chat.
Yeah.
You're still here.
Really overstaying your welcome, chat.
Ugh.
Jeez.
Didn't get the memo that I was, this is
Are you sure they're?
this is like a
okay.
I don't
It's
know,
like they don't know when to leave.
bi-weekly thing, I was thinking it was
There
more
they
like
go.
a bi-weekly fling, we don't have to we don't have to cuddle afterwards. You can
Jesus
go.
Christ.
Damn.
You can be out. Yeah, I mean, just go.
Look at them people. Look at all that. Look at them followers.
Look at all them
subscribers.
peeps.
So a lot of subscribers and resubs today, actually. Look at
Hell
them go.
Oh yeah.
they go.
Mwah.
All right. Credits are done. Goodbye, everybody.
Okay, we're allowed to love them now? Okay, we love you now.